What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of He Said, She Said. I'm your host, Super Chad. I'm here with two beautiful ladies. Introduce yourself and give me one fun fact.
Oh, man. I didn't know I had to do that. I'm Steph Teagan. My great-great-great-great-grandpa is President Van Buren.
Van Buren?
Yeah, the 8th president.
Now you said Wait, he's the 8th president of the United States?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. Wow.
That's my only fun fact.
We got some first daughters in here. Okay. I don't know what you would call that, actually. And introduce yourself and a fun fact.
Well, now the pressure's on because got a whole president.
President.
Okay. My name is Sharon Linda. I'm named after both of my grandmas.
Okay.
Sharon and Linda.
Oh, that's
Okay. Okay. I didn't know that till now. It's actually a pretty good fun fact. So to start this show off, there's a trending topic of boy math and girl math. And some of it, I'm not going to lie, it's very specific. Like when your ex-boyfriend of 4 years, like she starts telling like a whole story, very specific. But I wrote down some things that are a bit more generic. And I want you guys to see if like, is this person tripping or is it facts?
Okay.
Boy math is he's talking to 5 different girls, but if you go to lunch with a coworker, he'll flip out.
Yes.
That's boy math.
That's boy math.
That's boy math right there.
Why do you think guys flip out when like he's doing his thing, but the second you do yours, it's an issue?
Double standards.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of guys, I would say especially in LA, have ego issues.
Okay.
So I feel like a lot of them have traumas they haven't dealt with, so that they project them on their partner. Like they have to feel like if you're making more money than me, then I gotta go talk to 5 bitches because like
Yes.
like you know what I mean, like stupid shit like that. So
Okay.
Yes.
yeah.
I feel like
Sorry.
Girls are chilling.
Got a sailor mouth.
I feel like that's similar to when guys cheat. It's not because they don't like you. It's because they're afraid you're going to cheat or it's coming from a place of insecurity. So I think it's like that's because they're insecure. It says nothing about you.
So I'm going to address 2 points. The points of the guy the guy doing his thing, but when the girl does her thing, it's an issue. Mm-hmm. I think, okay, for me personally, I don't like to play that double standard game because I just don't like to do it. But when a girl does it to a guy, I think a guy, man, I just think that it is come from insecurity as well. I do agree with that. But the whole point of the cheating, don't you think sometimes a guy's dick just gets hard and he just takes care of business, or it's always linked to insecurity?
I think it's always linked to insecurity. I think women and men are different is an excuse like that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of men that have never cheated, never would. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, if that exists, then I think it is 100% insecurity because it's a way of controlling a situation when you feel like you don't have control. So if you cheat, you have, quote unquote, they perceive they have the upper hand. Like, I did this thing, so I have control. Like, I was the one to make the move on the chessboard. Mm-hmm. So I think it all comes back to insecurity.
Got you. The next one is boy math is he's asking for a prenup when he makes $50,000 a year. Is that true or false for boy math?
Bruh. That's true. I saw like a gold digger one too.
Okay.
I hope you have that one up in there too.
I think this is like somewhat similar, but continue.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw one. It was like boy math is being worried about a gold digger and you ain't got no gold to dig. Baby, true? Like, no, for sure that's true. Because like I feel like guys like post all this, but it's like, bro, you scamming. Like, come on. Like, you don't got rep for real. Yes. You got that PPP. Come on.
True. COVID got a lot of these rich. Facts.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think what happens is guys see so many different divorces on TMZ in the news, and they go, "Wow, Kobe lost $50 million, or Johnny Depp lost $10 million," and guys think that they're gonna be at that stage in their life one day, maybe. So they think they think that's gonna be them. So I think they definitely like, dude, I want a girl taking half, but they don't have a lot.
Maybe they're just super optimistic. Like they're like, I'm gonna be a baller. One day it's gonna pop off for me. Like we're all popcorn, we pop at different times, and maybe they think they're gonna pop off in the marriage, and then they're like.
Exactly.
But then the reality is they're still making $50K, and the girl's like,
true.
That's
It can for sure happen. And so the next one I got is boy math is having her address 4 different points, and the only response to the least important one. So let's just say a girl is like, you cheated with that one girl named Ashley, and you had sex with her in my bed. I even had sex in the bed though, or like her name's not even Ashley.
She wasn't
though.
even my best friend.
Yeah, she wasn't my best friend though.
I didn't even know her before.
Yeah,
Literally, that is literally, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
They pick the most irrelevant point.
Yeah, true. Like they definitely do, because like that's a lot easier to refute than the rest of the other facts.
Yeah, so good.
True. So
that's a good one.
Tactic.
Yeah, true. It is a tactic, and to be honest. Okay, when I'm in a relationship, I only argued with my ex one time. It was over something very valid. So I never got like these long paragraphs from her. But yeah, if I were to date a girl and she gave me a whole paragraph, I definitely try to attack like the least. Like girl,
the low hanging fruit.
The low hanging fruit's the easiest one to attack. If they accuse me of talking to five
her
girls.
name was Zoe, not Ashley.
God. You gotta find what
Get
she's
it
going
right.
with.
No, really.
Get it right.
That's really what they'd be like.
Yeah, for sure.
Boy math is saying he's 6 foot, but he's actually 5'10".
I call this roster height. They always give themselves an inch or two on any dating profile. So whenever I see like 6 foot, I'm like, he's 5'10", 5'11", at most. It's just roster height.
Okay.
You know what we call this? We call him Shawl.
What's that?
They're short and tall.
Oh,
right in between. And I had a guy tell me about this.
Okay.
Like that's what he considered himself. And I'm like, okay, Shawl King.
Shawl King.
Go ahead.
Short
He's
and
5'12".
5'12". Okay, true.
In my book.
Right. Okay. So I think for guys, they know height can definitely disqualify them. Like for example, if a guy that's 5'10" walks up on you, and some girls can be very good with it, looking up at a guy and knowing, okay, he looks like 5'10" versus 6 foot.
Yeah.
If a guy approaches you in person and he's kind, he's genuine, smells nice, maybe he's wearing cool clothes, you may not chop him down.
Yeah.
On a dating app, when you see 5 anything, it's like, oof. Right, so they almost like, all right, let me lie a bit, put on my Air Forces,
true.
put
Just
on like
get
some
your
boots.
foot in the door.
Yeah, they want their foot in the door.
Just get your foot in the door, because that is so facts. Like I used to be, I still struggle with this. Like the 5'10", I see it and I'm like,
Yeah.
But like in real life,
True,
though,
if you're walk up on you.
Yes, if the energy's good, he smells good. If he's like funny, captivating, like fuck yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like honestly, shorter guys have. Well, never mind.
Never mind.
She
was about to stand for the short king.
But like they do, they have really good personalities, because like they weren't in a place growing up where they could just walk into a room and demand like all this respect, and like everyone's just like, oh my god, I'm horny for you. Like they had to develop a personality, they had to develop character, and so yes, like they have such good sense of humor. Like everything about them personality wise is amazing. And I honestly I used to be very like, no, can't be below 6'2", and now I'm like
6'2". Oh,
I know, I was real
stickler.
How tall are you?
5'5".
No, really. See, I'm 5'8". I'm a stallion.
True.
She is a stallion.
Yeah, so like I've definitely had short guys be like, you know, like
trying to holler.
They know what to do. Like, they're better in bed. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, they're motorboat height. So like.
Yeah, man. You guys are definitely making great points. Like, like for me, I was a late bloomer. I was a late bloomer, so it took me a while to get girls. So my go-to is humor. So I got girls to like me from he's funny, but not physically. Oh, Chad's really cool, but would never like sleep with him. But he's a cool guy.
But that's long game. You're gonna end up with the hottest wife. I swear to God.
Oh, for sure. Because now I'm both. Now I'm charismatic, tall, and funny, good looking,
and humble.
But even the short kings, like you,
and humble.
Even
not humble.
Yeah.
Definitely not humble.
He's got the LA ego. No,
yeah.
True.
Never mind.
It happens, but like I seriously think that it's something like in the long game always wins. Like guys are always like, nice guys always finish last. It's like, no, they don't. No, because when we hit maturity and we're like, height doesn't matter, that's when those short kings or like the guys with good personalities were like.
Well, here's the thing I'll say though. Like, let's just say that short king, and like I say college, right? You dated the quarterback, and he was in love with you, right? So you put him in the friend zone, and you're like, you're such a good guy, but not for me, no. And like he goes through life, and he gets to the top, and you say you're 20, I'll age you for a second. Say you're 30, and you're like, now I'm ready for you. He's like, you know what?
He's like, you missed your shot.
You missed your shot.
I know, I missed my shot with a lot, but I don't know. Like when I hit 25, I stopped caring about height.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Now,
It was a reincarnation of
Now on dating app stuff, you see that 5.
I still struggle. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
she's
an
still
addict.
healing. She's still
But
healing
in real
from it.
life, like maybe you might have a
In real
chance.
life, you got so much of a chance.
Right.
Like they're literally 5'9".
But I feel like it's always the short bitches that are like, I could never. Like,
I know.
I need someone 6'4". Like, girl, you got daddy
This
issues.
is a subject.
Like,
This
be
is a
fucking for
subject,
real.
and
Yeah,
it's
it's
true.
subject. It's
And
true.
you're not wrong though. Like it's true. But in real life, 5'8", I could even deal with 5'8".
So guys, if you see Steph on the streets, that's when you shoot your
You see
shot.
me in these streets, but you won't.
But online, if you just you may have to put like 6 foot and just talk and
Okay,
negotiate.
but
with
the
her later.
worst thing is when a guy like. So a lot of guys get Raya so that they don't have to put their height, and it's like
Ooh,
I
that's
see you
okay,
next.
okay.
No, but like I see you standing next to a trash can and it's taller than you. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't work.
So Raya is a dating app where it's mostly influencers and people of status. So on Raya, there's no height.
There's
so,
no height.
So
It's just if
it's
you're
just-
a sugar daddy, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Just kidding.
Money is
Status, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're in a
says
private
like-
jet, but
it
they're
says like head
4'12".
director at Sony
4'11".
or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
Right, so they don't have to put their height. But
Yeah.
I've seen some videos where girls will legit do a whole science experiment. Okay, the height of this is a Whirlpool refrigerator. It's
Oh,
and they start,
yes.
like
Like with
doing
the
a
iPhone, and then they put, like, the
they
things.
start putting the height
Yes.
in
It's all
everything.
relative.
But my thing is like, how are you on there like showing your status, and then those be the men that be like, I don't want a gold digger, but like
You're on a
it's
status app.
literally like
You literally
you're just,
went here
it's
to
about
find
status.
a girl that cares only about your status.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
That's actually a fair point. Those guys definitely can't, be upset because at least on dating apps like Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, it's a level playing
Yes,
field.
it's level.
Yeah, it's
yes.
level.
Raya's been.
So speaking of dating apps, you guys both been on at least once? Sharon, once ever or no? Yes.
Yes,
for
but
both.
like for like a couple days, like
Okay.
fucking
So-
like. But
yeah.
then I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
Like,
been
this
on at
is-
least once.
Yeah, like I
So-
feel like when you get out of a breakup, your friends are like,
You should try it.
do this, and then you get on, and you're just like, I hate men.
What are
No,
some,
literally, like it's sad out here.
Literally.
what are-
Yeah.
so what are some things you see on dating apps guys do that kind of gives you the ick right away? Where like they could be somewhat handsome, but you saw this and you're like, nah, never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with this one.
Okay. Cool.
When all their shit is like gym, I just
Yeah,
Oh,
can't do
who's
it.
in the
yeah.
gym,
Yeah.
like
True.
No.
you don't even look that good.
True.
No.
And then
You're
also
LA Fitness, like
when they have those kiss marks tattoos,
Oh yeah, that's weird. Okay.
What?
like
Kiss
that's
marks?
Like a kiss lips.
I hate
Kiss
that.
lips
Like I
as a
hate
tattoo.
that.
I've never seen that.
Oh yeah, it's common.
That's scary. That must be an LA
it
thing.
really is very much like a millennial thing, I
Wow.
feel
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's always like giving me the ick.
I
Okay.
agree with the gym thing, but I think also when they put like an entire paragraph, like if they're like, I really want someone who is sweet, but also goes
Yeah.
to church every Sunday and cares about God and
And is a full-time maid.
eats watermelon, like
But
yeah,
does 50-50.
but like, well, tend to my children. Like, if it's a whole paragraph,
Yeah.
I'm like, can we just relax a little bit?
Maybe start with therapy.
Yeah.
So I'll
we
speak.
start with just, like,
I'll
first
definitely speak
coffee.
on what Sharon said and also Stephanie said. So Sharon talked about the whole gym thing. It's such a. It's some guys. Okay, they grew up kind of a loser. They have much going on. They weren't on any sport teams or anything like that.
It's like frat boys.
So the gym has become like their new thing,
Yeah.
and it's
Their
their
new
whole
personality.
their whole personality, their
Yes.
Yeah.
identity. So every picture is in the gym, or all the pictures are in gym clothing. Their prompts are like things I geek out on. Girls in the gym. It's like what that guy's doing is he's niching down. So
True.
so some girls who are like big gym girlies and their whole personality is gym too. That's those like they'll mesh together.
Yeah,
But a
they're
girl who
marketing.
goes-
Are there a lot of gym
Strategic
girlies
marketing.
on there?
And that's the
like
thing.
I wonder.
You're- that's
I've
what I'm
never
saying.
looked on the girls' side.
Yeah.
The girl side is so much better. Like, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so
goddamn.
so it's like what happens is like you mentioned, how many of those gym girlies are there? Not a lot. So when a guy's niche down, and also back to what you said about a guy making a novel, it's like so some of you guys may not know this, but I do coach guys, and what guys are doing that. Their prompts were looking for a girl who have brown eyes. Don't have to though. Preferably Spanish. I'm like,
Like,
bro,
literally an
like-
entire novel.
like stop
Right, like,
niching
stop.
down yourself.
No,
'cause, like,
seriously.
There are ways to strategically niche though in a way that's like, these are my deal breakers, but you don't have to write a paragraph.
they were.
Like, there's a way to like deter who you don't want with very subtle
Let me see if I can
language.
Because they be
Find
like, I hate women.
Yeah.
That's
Like that's what the paragraph be saying.
They'd be
Like,
like,
seriously. Bro, be with your
I
best
don't
friend.
want, no, there's
Like,
been every single guy's prompt to Unhinged. It's like, I'm overly competitive about,
Everything.
and every guy writes everything.
Everything.
I'm like, you are not original.
Yeah, true. They
I
definitely
can't
say
handle
that prompt a lot.
Every
So
single
I'm gonna
person.
read you a prompt from one of my clients who sent me in his profile. So
Okay.
it said, "I'll fall for you if you are loyal, have brown eyes,
there I
are
go.
intelligent, have tattoos, and a good cook. I enjoy cooking also. Bonus, if you're Spanish, if you like strong traditional men that treat you like a lady, I'm your guy. I don't bite.
What'd he look like?
Is he allowed to say all this?
Right.
Now, here's the thing. He's actually a handsome guy, but the problem is all his photos were in the car or in his room.
The car.
Okay.
Lots of car selfies.
The car selfie. I can't. That's
Lots of car
initial.
selfies.
No, no,
See,
no.
that be the car be having the best lighting though, but I
I know.
don't post those for real, but those are on my story. You
I
gonna see
get
those on
it.
my story.
Yeah.
for
But
sure.
like, I can't do a car selfie.
Yep, car selfies and
can't.
room selfies were all his pictures.
But I feel like I need to see him to be like.
True, and here's the
Yeah.
thing.
Really? Okay,
Like,
that's good.
can you
You're
be
more
that-
open-minded. I like.
No,
need to
but
be like
even
that.
from that statement, I'm like, why are you limiting? Like, I want Spanish girls. Like,
I want tattoos, I
Yeah,
want brown
what?
eyes. Yeah, it's too specific. And I told him you're niching down
you're
way too
so,
much.
yeah, you're gonna have like one
and
person.
who are you to fucking decide like
Right,
what
yeah,
race
you better be
or
the hottest
what?
person I've ever seen.
Yeah, but like,
Even
how
that-
could you just tell yourself like, oh, I only want this, and then those people don't even be
Wha-
that what that is.
True, true.
Like, are
True.
you Spanish?
He wasn't. He was black dude.
Yeah, I knew it. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I knew it.
Yeah, so he was niching down, and also I said to him for pictures, it's like guys need to show a bit of a lifestyle. Now, when I say lifestyle, doesn't mean
I agree.
go be on a Lambo. It just means be out.
Please don't. Please don't.
That's
No
what they'll
restaurants.
take it as.
No
Truly,
fucking
that's what they'll
cars.
take it
True.
as.
Like for example, like be out at a nice restaurant in LA. A girl go, ooh, he's at so and so. He has good
but
taste.
not with like all your friends.
Yeah, true.
Like,
So
I don't know.
another thing
when
too. that-
every photo is your friend.
Yeah, like which
So,
one are you and what's your
true.
friend's number?
But like, why are you so too much bro time? Like,
True. So I'll
where's
say
your
that.
personality?
Here's what happens. Guys only take photos on two scenarios. Most,
Okay.
not all. Either A, they've accomplished something, so it's that gym body in the
Okay.
mirror, or two, it's with friends because guys feel too vain. Hey, bro, take a picture.
I
with
like that. That's attractive to me though.
What?
That they feel vain, so they want to be with their friends in pictures. Because nothing is more repulsive to me than when I'm like out with guys and they're like, "Hey, Stephanie, can you take this picture of me and Jason?" And I'm just like,
No,
oh,
that
give me-
happens?
Like, talk to me. Like, yeah, it's San Diego. That's what I experience all
Idiot.
the time.
Like,
Literally, like they
I'm
take
adding
more
that to my
pictures than
pick
I am. Like,
list.
phone eats first, and I'm like, what?
No,
I need a man. Yeah,
In a man.
I haven't had that happen.
No,
See,
it's
I'm
bad.
usually that person. Like,
Phone
that's
eats first.
fine.
Literally.
I don't know. It's like a little feminine.
So yeah.
but
so
not
gu-
when I'm like, yeah.
So
no,
I have my. We're gonna get to that part in the show. I have like the whole ick thing. So we're gonna get there.
Okay, I'll chill.
I know you guys
I'll
have
chill,
plenty.
I'll chill.
I know you guys have plenty.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
to speak to the dating app thing, so what happens is a lot of guys have only group photos, and I tell guys try to look like the main character in your photos.
Main character moment, baby.
Because what happens is I'll tell a guy, hey, bro, you're alone in all your photos. You're taking a bunch of car selfies. Get some friends.
Yeah, yeah.
And his friends are 6'5".
Oh,
I'm like,
literally.
Fuck, that's a
and
big
they'll
no.
be sticking out like a sore thumb.
I know,
that's-
and then I'm
that's
like,
the
what's your
thing.
friend's number?
Exactly. So I tell guys, try to
this
look
ain't
like
your
the main
friend, bro.
character because it's like if you look, you don't
On
want a girl to go scroll through your photos and it's a group photo.
Just
and
make
her
sure your friends
eyes
aren't hotter.
Go straight to
I know.
another
Just
guy.
make sure your friends aren't.
That's good advice.
Smoking.
True.
No,
Yeah.
that is
You
good
want to be the main
advice.
character of your pictures.
Definitely, like, yeah, don't be with like your better looking friends.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when I'm, you know, when you be on Instagram, like, oh, this person just spammed me and followed me, and then I look on their page and I'm like, okay, sir, and then I'm like, oh, that's his
the
best
homeboy.
friend.
Sweet
And he's
tea.
just like, literally, I'm like, literally.
You know what's crazy too? Like this probably happens every day. You said this scenario. Okay, let's say a girl spams me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I say I shoot her a DM. She doesn't respond. Then my homeboy's like, "Hey, bro, you follow this girl. She just spammed me." And it's like it's you.
So
follow my
y'all be doing
homeboy.
that?
No, because no, I'm basically trying to paint the scenario
Okay,
of like,
okay.
let's say me and my homeboy are sitting down, and you say you start spamming my likes. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
bet. Then all of a sudden you spam his likes too, and then I'm like, oh, bro, I DM'd her, she didn't respond, but oh, we're talking right now. Then I'm like, wait a minute, how did she jump from me to him? And then you start to tie it together where you got to my profile. I was
first-
cute. Oh, hold on. Reroute, homeboy. And then you would like
Yeah.
his pictures. And then he DM'd you. Then you respond, but he didn't respond to me.
See, a strategic girl
Yeah.
will go through the Instagram
First.
not look at shit,
Yeah.
then choose where you want to play your
Cards.
move.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
You
like,
can only pick one.
because that's messy. Like,
True.
why you shouldn't be spamming somebody's friend if you want them.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Yeah, you
don't
gotta-
do that.
that's
Yeah, be
rough.
smart. You gotta
Don't do
move
that.
smart.
Social
You're
media's
protecting
ruining
your
everybody.
ego. Come on.
True.
Come on.
Facts. 1,000%.
Yeah.
And back on, this is another good one. Both you girls have experienced this, boy math. Buying her a $13 cocktail and think you have ownership for the rest of the night.
Aw, this is why I don't go out.
So I know you guys have had an easy experience of like a guy buying a drink and then him catching an attitude.
Yeah.
Later. Anyone?
I don't know if I let them
Catch an attitude or buy a drink?
both, because I'm so afraid of being owned in any capacity. Like I am like so in my masculine in a bad way to where like I don't let anyone do anything for me because I don't want to feel
entitled to give them something back.
Because it's like such a bad feeling. Like I've had that happen before where you just feel like you owe someone something, and that is the worst thing when your body's like not into it at all. Like
gotcha.
you know? So I feel like I say I'm not drinking or something.
Which is fair. And yourself,
yeah. I feel like I saw you post this on your story.
Okay.
And you were like, if a guy's like, oh, like, what was your worst date? Like, don't say, like, you don't date a lot.
Yeah,
hold on. So I'll rephrase it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so basically,
I'm like, should I say it?
Yeah, true. So let's say I'm out with a girl, right?
Yeah.
And we're at a nice spot, we're doing our thing. And I'm like, yo, like, you have a funny, like, first date story. And she's like, you know what? I don't really go on dates. Now, mind you, men, what men tend to do though, they go to the worst case scenario. Didn't answer her phone, she's probably getting smashed. Didn't answer the phone, like
guys care?
Guys go to the worst. Right. Guys go to the worst case scenario.
I didn't know they thought
most
about
of the time, right? So if a girl tells me I don't go on dates, what I'm thinking of is you're a come over to the crib, bitch. I should have actually come over to the crib.
See, ever since you said that, like on God, I've been like. When I watched your story, I was like, okay, note to self, don't fucking say that. Even though it's true. Because, like, I got out of a 3-year relationship in January.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I've been single ever since. So, I haven't really been dating like that. But then I saw your story. I said, no,
it's
don't
a good
fucking
point.
say that. So, I haven't really been dating like that.
Yeah, so if a guy asks you, like, oh, like, how's your dating life been? You go, honestly, I don't go on dates. Either, okay, here's the thing. I'm not going to say.
But I don't want to tell them about my date. It's weird.
Well, okay, I'll say this. I ask girls for a bad first date story for 2 reasons. I like, because what happens is storytelling, because storytelling for me, it's fun because I can sit back and listen opposed to, what's your favorite thing to eat? Oh, pizza.
Ew,
over,
I know, I hate that.
Over.
I know,
versus
and then you have
story,
to keep asking.
Yeah, but what would your
first date story?
Yeah.
I have plenty.
Plenty.
I have 2. Okay, I'll be honest with you. 2 good ones and a bunch of just, hey, we just, like, when I talked to her, it just wasn't it. Like, we weren't meshing like that.
Yeah,
but
like
awkward.
2 good stories I can talk for at least 2 to 3 minutes. But yeah, the other half of guys will think, okay, maybe I'm just lucky and she chose me to go on a date with. But other guys are thinking, okay, she's easily sexually active, but she's not going on dates, which means she's just being called over to someone's house.
That's so insane to me because, like, what about the girls that just don't do anything?
Right.
Like, I don't go to someone's house, but I just, like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't
my
do
phone's
anything.
dry, bro.
I don't
Like, literally, like, no, but when I saw his story, I was like, okay, no.
I know,
like,
but
literally, because I would be the type to be like, well, I don't really go on dates. But I definitely, since I've been single, like, I did go on a bad first date. Like,
okay.
For real.
Spill it. What happened?
So, like, he was just like, oh, my God. Like, I already... Like, it was kind of like, oh, old friend. Like,
okay, gotcha.
I didn't know, like, where it was. You know what I mean?
All right,
naive as fuck as me. You know, I'm getting out of a relationship after all these years.
Okay.
Like 4 years over one man, and then you go to nothing, right?
Okay.
So then, just, like, the whole time, he was just trying to do too much. Like, why are you trying to...
Like, touch you or talk?
Yeah, like, I'm not, like...
I can't do that.
Yeah, I have a problem with affection, though. But, like, if I like you, if I fuck with you, I'm going to be hella touchy. But if not...
Oh, same.
I'm not a hugger. Like,
Same.
I'm none of that. But,
That
like,
makes
the
sense,
whole
though.
date, he just, like, kept trying to grab my face to kiss me. And I'm, like, rejecting him the whole time. I'm like, stop.
Okay, when they don't stop, it's
That's
like
an issue.
Trying to hold
clearly
my
I'm not
hand,
into
like,
this.
don't let these streets see me. Wait, hold the fuck on. Like,
yet.
slow your roll.
First date, and he was trying to hold your hand.
And then, like, after he had tried to kiss me over and over. Like, I kept being like, stop. And this was the first date. I wouldn't even consider it a date. It was
First link up.
First link up publicly.
Yeah.
Since my breakup or whatever. And this man just kept trying to kiss me. And then even after he tried to kiss me again. And I was just like, I told him no. I said I don't want that.
That's so
you know what
gross,
he said?
though.
I like that. He said I like that.
Bro,
He likes when you tell him no?
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. It's like when you say no, like a sane person would be like, I'm not into this. You know what I mean?
Right.
You may have
or
to
like
check.
embarrassed.
You may have to check the sex registry list to see if you're on there.
For real.
If a guy says, I like that,
Yeah.
Like-
He's like,
It's
I like
he's trying
that.
to, like, fuck you, and you're like,
But
no.
maybe he took it as like, oh, like she's not easy. She doesn't just like kiss
Yeah,
people on
true.
the first. But no, bro, I just like kept
Swerve.
swerving. Like, stop
That's
trying to fucking kiss me.
gross. Ew.
But it's like, get the fucking hint.
True, I agree.
That's scary.
Any fast first date horror stories for you, Steph?
I went to a wedding with a guy. It was a second date, but
Okay.
That's bold.
this was the dumbest situation. Like, this was when I kind of first moved to California, and I was naive, and this guy was an actor from LA.
So a couple months
Blow
ago.
me. Yeah, and he sorry. Like he was. I was living in San Diego at the time.
Okay.
But he invited me to a wedding, and I was like, I'm gonna be spontaneous and get out of my rigid ass schedule that I usually like. I was such a like gym, like go to bed early,
Yeah.
eat my things type of girl, and I was like, I'm gonna just be spontaneous. And I went to this wedding. This guy got so shit faced.
Oh no. Okay.
To the point where, like, I think he had 21 glasses of wine. Like,
You're
I was, like,
lying.
counting. Like,
He was on sexy
Bro was
time.
fighting demons.
guy-
Bro was fighting
He was
demons.
fighting demons, literally.
The worst part was on the way to the wedding. He's driving and showing me an audition tape and like, what? Look at the like watching himself, just like
He's like,
so yes, like
guys.
he's just like, oh, like he's just enjoying it. Like, oh my god,
Stop.
yes. And I'm like, this is so uncomfortable. Like, who enjoys their own face that much? And maybe secure people, I don't know. But like, anyway, we go to this wedding. He gets so fucked up, and he's like, I'm gonna drive us back to the hotel. And I was like,
No, you're not.
no. And like, my car was there, so I was like, I don't know what to do. So I get in the car with him, which was the stupidest thing ever. I hate myself for it every day. But he is so drunk that he's driving to the hotel. He would fall asleep at the stoplights.
You're lying.
He drove down the wrong street and like almost hit a car head on. He drove
You're
to the
lying.
he drove to the hotel,
Immediate.
made it
Yeah,
down
immediate.
into the garage.
Immediate.
No, listen to this. He drove to the
Can't
hotel.
protect me?
He made it
Immediate.
into
Yeah,
the garage.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was no, and then he just turns out and leaves the hotel again. I was like, what? We just
Without
made
you?
it. No, like he
made it.
to the
Oh,
destination,
and then turned out.
and then decided he didn't think he was there. He thought he was lost. So he goes back out into the street. And he's like in the middle of the road, and he sticks his head out the window and barfs. Like the most, like I. So okay, we finally get back to the hotel. We're driving down the ramp into the garage, and he falls asleep in the middle of the ramp. Like we're like on a hill, and he's falling asleep. He's dead
You're
asleep
lying.
on the wheel.
Damn.
You're
So we
lying.
get into the garage, and I was like I was scared for my life. So I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. So
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna go try to find us a parking spot or something. Like I just lied, and I got my ass out of there. I ran into the hotel. I didn't have a key. All my stuff was in my room, like my keys, everything. Like, and so I run in there, and I'm like, can you please, like the front desk, I was like, can you please give me a key? I need to get in this room. And I was trying to beat time. Like I was like, I don't want this man to like
To come in
back
and
to the
see
room. He
you.
won't
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
leave.
yeah.
He told me, he's like, you're not driving back to San Diego. You're drunk. And I was like, I'm drunk.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
you,
I was
boo.
so
Yeah.
Like,
And it was so scary. So I run into the room, I get my stuff, I'm sprinting down the hall in heels. I make it to my car. I drive back to San Diego that night. It's like midnight. And the next day I was like, I don't even know if this guy's alive. Like he could be like on the street
did you
dead.
care?
He could have killed
Yeah, shit
somebody.
happened.
Like I felt like so much guilt. I was like, this man could have like hit somebody and killed some. Like it was horrible. So
yo.
I know that escalated quickly, but that was
Did you ever
the
call him
worst.
back?
No, he texted me the next day. He was like, you were so turned up last night. Like, how are you feeling?
How do you remember?
Yeah.
That was like the level of gaslight. Like, how are
No,
you feeling
really?
today? You were so turned. I was like, what? Like,
And I thought I was
didn't
the
even
Lulu.
answer. I was
Yeah.
Like,
Bye.
Dead ass.
But it's so hard because I've had this situation with men where they're like prominent figures and they have kind of a cult following and people think they're these amazing people, and then I'm seeing this side of them that is like terrifying and horrible and like treat people horribly, and I'm just, that's like the one thing about LA that sucks is like knowing these prominent people and like knowing what they're really like.
True.
And that's like the worst dates is when you figure out like they have everybody fooled, you know?
Okay, so I'll tell you guys mine real quick. I'll speed it up. So met this girl on Hinge, and it's a Wednesday night, and we matched, and the conversation went dry, so I stopped responding. Then she texts me around 8:30 saying WYD. Now, if she sent this text at like midnight, it's that type of time.
Right.
But since it was 8 p.m., it's still neutral. It's a neutral time zone.
at 8 p.m.
That's true. That's
8 p.m. is neutral. 8 p.m. is neutral.
Unless you're a grandma.
I think 8 p.m. is
Is
neutral.
it?
Do you think it's not neutral?
No.
No.
Okay. So yeah.
That's
So
even time.
okay,
Everything after 8 and after is
Oh,
even
okay.
time.
All right. So I was
Seven is
mistaken.
pushing it.
I was mistaken.
Yeah.
I was optimistic. So it's 8:30. It's not that time yet. So I'm like, what's good? She says, let's get dinner. Now I responded, okay, dinner as in like white tablecloth and a waiter? Or are we talking like some hole in the wall Mexican restaurant? She was like, tablecloth and a waiter. I'm like, half of me was like, okay, this girl is hungry and she wants a meal. And the other half
Be fed.
is, you know what? Don't, judge a book by its cover. Just go out. You're bored. So I went out.
Right.
I picked her up. We went
This
out.
is for me.
Yeah, exactly. Went out, took her out.
So you're growing.
Yeah.
Like you're learning how you act.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So,
Like,
so we get there. They're about to close, but they let us in. And I'm not hungry. It's like 9 o'clock at night at this point. So I just get some
Skinny
chips
king.
and salsa. Yeah, And she gets an appetizer, a meal, a drink, right? She goes all in.
What
She
else?
wanted to get fed.
Yeah, so
Can we get some
foreshadowing.
boxes?
Yeah, so then she finishes her food, and then we're talking, and all of a sudden she goes, I'm going to go to the bathroom. She's gone for 20 minutes.
Stop.
So I said to myself, okay, when it hits 20 minutes on the dot, I'm going to actually get up and go to the bathroom and see if she's there. Because if she's not there, then I'm going to be
She's homeless.
shocked. That too, right? So it's 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. And my biggest fear was I get to the bathroom, open it up, and she's like washing her hands. Now I look
Now
like a
you look-
creeper.
Yeah, you're
Why
like,
are you in the women's
bathroom.
bathroom?
check on you.
Yeah, oh, wrong one.
Shut up.
So I open the women's bathroom, and there's no one in there.
You're lying.
So my gut tells me she's here. Relax. So I walk up to the waiter. I'm like, hey, bro, you see that little Tina chick? She's like, yeah, she's in what's the word for the room? Banquet room where people hold events. So I walk into the banquet room. She's in there with another guy having a drink. Now, I'm the type of guy where, especially early on, like first month or two, you won't see me get mad. Like ever.
Yeah.
You can go like days
like,
without
who are
talking
you
to me.
to get me?
Yeah,
there?
you can go days without
Right.
talking to me. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just busy. Word. Cool. Like you're not gonna make me like get out of my character. So I looked at them. I said, hey, just let me know when you're done. Just walk back to my table. And she sat back down 5 minutes later. She's like, oh, sorry. Like I was coming back from the bathroom and like I saw a friend from high school. I'm like, okay, cool, do your thing. Then the bill comes. He puts it right in the middle.
He did.
Yeah. Now I was hoping to hear this, like nail, like Sharon's nails. I want to hear this, and her jiggling for that purse,
Right.
jiggling for that wallet.
That wallet, right?
Nothing.
She said,
Just stood there like that, and I'm like, all right.
you better ask the man from high school to get that.
So it's funny. It's actually funny you mentioned that. So it's gonna get there. So, so what happens is I said I'm gonna wait 2 minutes and maybe she'll grab her wallet. 2 minutes went by, no wallet grab, no attempt. I'm like, all right, she wants me to pay for it all. So I said, hey, before I take care of this bill, do you want to go half on it or can we split it? And she goes, oh, we can split it. I'm like, thank God. I would honestly petty me would go, nah, my chips and salsa, and then you're everything else.
Yeah, right.
So
You're
guy comes in and takes both our cards. He comes back, Miss, your card has declined for like $20.
$20.
So she was hungry.
She was hungry. She was trying to recruit up in the banquet area.
She was trying to recruit.
She was.
Yeah, she was trying to recruit. So what the guy tried to be nice and whisper it, and I was on Twitter.
You're broke.
Yeah, I was on Twitter scrolling. I heard it, and I kept my eyes down because I didn't want her to puppy dog eye me into paying for it because she's already annoyed me. I'm not enjoying this woman very much.
But at this point,
I'm
like,
enjoying this.
I'm sure if you really would have fucked with her, like, you would have taken care of the whole bill.
Probably.
But, like, at this point, you're like,
Yeah,
like,
screw off.
literally.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah.
So then
feel it.
I didn't look up at her. I kept my head down. Now, people, when I tell the story, you could say she called her father, but most girls don't call their dad by their first name. So she goes on her phone and she goes, I forgot the name. It's like, so, hey, John, can you send me 20? And I was like, damn. And he did. He sent the 20. He sent her 20. And then she puts her card back down. The guy comes back. All right, you guys are good. You guys are good to go. So I'm getting up, about to take her back. And she goes, before we go, I have to give you a quick little date review. And
Not the review.
like it's Yelp or something.
Like, it was a full line.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Yelp. Like,
Yelp
she's
review.
a Yelp elitist.
Yeah, true.
Literally.
Hey, so I'm like, all right, go ahead. And she said, oh, when I came out my apartment, like you should have got out the car and like opened my car door for me. And I was like, all right, what else? I wasn't trying to argue with her. I'm trying to go home. Right. She was like,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
The second thing, she goes, well, second thing, I think if you're like a real man, you would have paid for that.
After I caught you with a man?
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, all
Delulu.
right. I was
She's like shagging the guy in the banquet room.
yeah,
What?
exactly. Yeah. So I was like, all right, well, you did ask me out and you did, pick the place. You ordered all the food. I thought it'd be right if we just went half
She
and half on it.
asked you out?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
She asked me to dinner. Yeah.
At 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
Oh,
8 p.m.
that's true.
So
Oh
I told her that I was like, listen, like you asked me out, you picked the spot, you picked the time, you ordered all the food, and then she was like, well, you know what? It seems like your ego's been hurt. I'll just call an Uber home. I'm like, girl, with what money?
Yeah.
What was his name? Johnny?
Yeah, call Johnny. Yeah.
Geez, Johnny.
So her jaw just dropped, and I just walked out the restaurant, and the guy was like, bro, what happened? Because he's like seen this all unfold, like the waiter.
The waiter that split the check?
Yeah. I'm like, bro,
Okay,
like,
he was with
I was like,
vibes.
bro, to keep it brief, like she asked me out for like just to get free food. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And like I walked out, I dapped him up, and I walked to my car and just drove home.
Oh,
So it's crazy.
that's so crazy. It sucks because I've heard that from guys that's what it's like here. Like girls just want to be fed, and I'm from the Midwest, so like
That's my
paid.
comment.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I'm like ripping my I'm like, no,
Definitely.
let me do it. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy
No,
that
definitely.
happens.
Like girls not from LA are way different. Me being from Seattle, Washington, like for sure, I see it different. But like, I just like, how do you expect to go on a date? Like, we're in our 20s. Shit
Yeah.
is still like you don't know what it is. But how can you expect that? And bitch, you can't even.
Do it for
Bitch,
yourself.
are your lashes done? Are your nails done? Is your hair done? And who paid for that? Do you have a
John.
job?
John
Like,
paid
how do
for
you
it.
expect somebody like in their early 20s to just like pay for everything, bitch, if you can't even afford it?
Yeah, there's a lot
Like-
going on.
True,
like-
true.
Yeah, so since from the topic of dates, right? I see girls on. Listen, I get on both sides. There's girls who are female dating coaches who help women and say, nah, like if he suggests like a drink or he suggests a coffee, you reroute and go, I would love to do that. However, you know, I'll put a lot more effort into my appearance if you go to dinner. Like they
People say that?
Oh yeah, there's girls
I've
out
heard
there
about that
who try
on
to
like
reroute it.
TikTok. It's like kind of like sprinkle.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So there's girls like that who try to reroute it. Listen, they're just going for the leverage. I get it. Like they want a guy to take them to the nicest experience. I'm not mad at that, right? But I tell guys that I help is like, listen, you spend what you're comfortable with. So if a girl wants to reroute it to like an
Can you
expensive
afford
dinner,
to be in a relationship?
Yeah,
Like, you know what
yeah.
I mean?
True.
Like,
it's a
But
lot.
then also like just finding someone that matches where you're at.
Where you're at,
like
yeah.
that's like I think that's what love is like finding someone that meets you where you're at. And sometimes like you want love and that's okay. And maybe you're not in a place where you can take them to catch every day.
Yeah, true,
You know,
dead
it's
ass.
but like honestly, I feel like I've never needed all that. Like something stupid that is so stupid to me is like if you just get a woman like flowers. I know that's such like a stereotypical thing,
Yeah.
but it's like that's something we've seen while watching like Disney Channel growing up or all this shit. Like just the Prince Charming, like he's gonna come bring all this, but that's so stupid. Like and easy, like you could do that, and then
5,
you
10
could go.
minutes,
We could go to like a little
like have a picnic. Go for
exactly
like, a walk.
like something
Yeah.
stupid. But like if you get the flowers and all that, my stupid ass gonna be like, oh, he loves me.
It's seriously about the intention. And like
Yeah,
it's more about the
yeah.
thought that goes into something. Like
We don't have to
are
go
they
to catch.
thinking
Yeah.
about like
Right.
do they offer to pick you up as opposed to like cool, you want to meet there at 8? Cool, see you then. Like it's just intention.
But
and
sometimes
effort.
when people be too like, oh, I can pick you up, I'd be like, bro, I don't.
I know, like,
want you to
barely
know where I
know you.
live.
True.
like, but just like you know,
True.
you could offer or just be like, do you have a way? Like, do you want me to get you an Uber? Like, I don't know. Just,
Yeah,
it's just like the intention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even though I'll say no, but just
Like,
ask me. Ask me.
I
Like,
listen
Yeah.
to my music on the way to the date. Like that's
Yeah.
why I'm not gonna
Right.
do that. But
I agree. You know.
what you listening to on the way to the date?
Young Thug, of course.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can rock with that.
Lil
I'm
PNB
listening to
rock.
Meg.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love B&B too.
I know he's so good.
Yeah, so I think with guys, it's like they need to go to a place they can afford. Because so don't go take a girl out to catch, like she said, and be eating ramen noodles the rest of the week.
Right,
You know,
for
don't be
sure.
struggling.
Nobody
don't be
asked
struggling.
That would
to
make
do
me
that.
sad too. I want to be there, and like also you can't do that for the rest of the relationship.
You
either.
can't-
So
yeah,
you don't
true.
wanna show up as someone that you
True.
can't
Exactly.
uphold.
Don't introduce you to a vibe you can't maintain.
Exactly. Period.
Exactly.
We're all
So
getting coffees, and that's all.
exactly. So I've been on TikTok just looking for trending topics, and one thing I've been seeing is there's this guy where it's like the sassy man apocalypse.
Oh,
Right?
that.
Yeah,
He's
he-
kind of cute.
Okay, so the sassy man apocalypse. So
Yeah.
so first, it's a 2-part question.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, do you see men becoming more sassy? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, Steph.
Yeah, in an annoying way. Like you can't treat me like that.
Okay, so what are some sassy things you are seeing from as a woman here in Los Angeles?
I feel like being sassy is like hopping on a podcast being like, yeah, I expect 50-50, but also I need a full-time maid. Like, what are you? Like, make
Boy
it make
math,
sense.
right
there.
Boy math, there goes back to that boy
Yeah.
math.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But it's like, or just like, why are you being like the hard to get? Like, in shit? Like,
Yeah.
just be fucking for real. Just, honestly, a lot of
Yes.
girls are down to fuck. If you just tell them that's your intentions, that's your intention. I'm not saying we're those type of women. But I'm saying,
I know a few.
But just
yeah,
be
I know a
honest.
few.
Don't try to
No,
play
for
it
real.
cool. Like,
Don't try to like
out.
take them out to this extravagant date, and then after
Ew.
that be like,
So you're coming over.
yeah, like you, I'm in your city, like you know, what
I'm in your
mean?
city.
like, bruh,
in your neighborhood.
like, but
No,
like
for
we
real.
could have started off from like, come on, and just like I don't know, being sassy is like you're asking for too much, but you're not doing enough.
Okay,
That's
fair.
the thing. Yes, I
Yeah.
think that like math doesn't add up. It's like you.
The math is not math.
Yeah, it's not math. It's not equalizing. No, that's so true. I had a guy call me a fucking Muppet. He's from Britain, but like he was like, I'm just being sassy, and I was like, that's not funny.
He said that.
yes. Like,
Idiot. I would add that.
he
So,
takes me home.
I would
to his
add that to
place
the list.
after we're at a bar, and he's like, "Grab your stuff, you fucking Muppet," and I was like,
He said you fucking
"What?
Muppet.
Yes."
UK.
I would have been. My ass would have been googling UK terms Muppet.
Yeah.
he
Like,
called
maybe
me
it's not as-
ickle. I'm like, what does ickle mean? I had to Google everything, but
You're
either
lying.
Everything.
the sass isn't cute. Like, I'm like, I want to be treated like a princess. Like,
Right.
that doesn't make me want to fuck you anymore.
Gotcha. So,
Ugh.
speaking of the sassy things, there's also a list of things that they said masculine men don't do. And when I read them off, yes, it's valid. Masculine men should not do that, or B, she's tripping for that one. So, first one I saw was it was an ick or sassy if men go to brunch together.
No, I feel like
Is it football brunch?
No, it's just they're having mimosas and they're,
Cappos.
yeah,
Like,
they have
really?
men at brunch, all men
Right.
table.
I feel like that's all right.
Okay.
Okay,
Like,
just don't call it brunch.
yeah, I feel like you can go to brunch. That's fine. Like I actually like when guys have like relationships with
They're guy friends.
It's
Yeah, but, like,
have
have-
girlfriends.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like I actually want because like their reflection of their relationship with their friends is
True.
like kind of how
True.
they're gonna treat you, right?
Mhm.
So I feel like brunch is fine, but like don't trip when I go to brunch.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
For
you
sure.
know what I mean?
True.
Is it so is that sassy for a man to go to brunch, or no? That's not sassy.
I think that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why?
The next one is having a birthday countdown.
On
absolutely.
Instagram. You.
If anyone cares that much about themselves, I'm turned off.
So like that's sassy.
I want someone.
Have
that's
you
like,
ever
I
had
hate
an Instagram
birthdays.
birthdown or countdown?
Me? Oh hell no,
No?
never, no.
What about you?
No,
Me either. I'm not.
I
I'm
want
not
someone
guy.
that like equally hates birthdays as much as I do.
Right, but
It's
like
too much
I
pressure
love
to
the
have a
attention, but like
perfect- yeah,
too much.
no,
Like, you know
seriously,
what I mean?
seriously, it's like we all like to be loved and adored, but no,
Yeah.
Okay. How about ordering a fruity drink? So it goes, oh, I have a sex on the beach.
it's okay with me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more judging you on like how much you're drinking.
Okay.
me too, me
Okay.
too.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
Are you
not like.
shoving
But
them down?
also, if a guy was like, "Ooh, can I get a little Muay Thai with a little this on the side?" I'm like, "What bitch put you on with
Yeah,
that?"
like if he was
True.
like that,
Right.
fancy with
Yeah,
it, like
it's
a
time to
little
get
salt
over
on the
her.
rim,
Yeah.
like a little bit of like.
Like I'm gonna
that's
put
too
you
much.
on with gin, baby.
True.
Mm.
Exactly. She did put us on the gin.
Simple,
You ain't
simple.
dead ass. Okay. So how about this one? His Starbucks order is longer than 2 words.
Ooh. Why did I just go to Starbucks yesterday and I was like, why do we sound like this when I order? Can I get a pumpkin spice
Yeah.
with like 1 pound?
1
And,
pump
like,
and 2 pump
What the fuck am I
Splenda.
talking
I know,
about?
it's like a chemistry experiment.
It really
Seriously,
is.
it's too
Right.
complicated.
So if a guy, you're out at Starbucks and with a guy in the morning is, I'll do a caramel frappuccino with 2 pumps of
what
vanilla,
bitch
1
put
pump.
you on with that? That's what I'm gonna say.
So is it like
literally.
a sassy thing or an ick thing, or it's fine? He can order like a more of a.
I kind of feel like that's fine because I'll just tell you my Starbucks order. You
Okay,
can
how
do mine
about-
too.
how
If
about
you're
yourself?
comfortable with Starbucks, like go ahead, right?
Yeah, I would say like I drink black coffee, so I'm like
Oh wow!
I'm
Straight
like
up.
a man. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think for me it is a little, but it's
Yeah.
it's not a deal breaker. Like
Okay.
it's just more of like, what are we gonna do to change your palate?
So some of these are very interesting. A girl legit. Now she could have been trolling on this one, but it was real. She said, "I hate it when a guy's looking for his glasses. Like a man just
Like Velma?
Yeah, like a man just looking for his glasses and squinting. Just
In the morning.
Yeah,
Is
in the
he
morning.
that blind?
Yeah.
Like that's my first question.
Yeah.
If someone's like that blind, it's an ick.
Yeah.
I've never even experienced that.
That was discrimination.
Fucking Velma over here.
Yeah,
But, like
looking.
seriously, like how old are you dating this man?
No,
Okay.
for real.
Because I don't know many
never had that
20-year-olds that are like,
Okay, I'm looking for my glasses.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, how about turning on the flashlight to see the menu at a restaurant?
These are honestly like me and,
do that.
no, me and my friend, we have like a whole ick list. Like I swear to God,
Yeah.
every day it gets updated.
Up to new one.
the
It's
shared
me and my
note?
best friend. Yes, it is the shared note in our thing, and like every time, I just laugh when it's like, oh, she updated a note because I'm like, oh, she just hung out with somebody.
Yeah.
But like this shit, I thought our list, I thought the shit she was adding was pretty like, come
Petty,
on, bitch,
yeah.
you're being dramatic. But this, I feel like, is being dramatic.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
agree. Maybe we
So
should go off your list.
Ooh.
okay, so if a man's like, I'm sure what I want to eat.
No,
He's like,
I
"Look-"
feel like that's
kinda
fine. These
cute.
restaurants be dark as hell.
Sure, they
Yeah,
do be
they
dark as
are.
hell.
They're
They
kinda
be
dark.
dark as hell. But
It's kinda
like
cute.
me, I'm looking at the menu before I come.
Same.
Okay.
And then I'm
Same.
still gonna look
I'm
at the menu. Like,
planning what I'm gonna get, making
Yeah.
sure like is it
I-
gonna
I've already
make
been
me
on their
bloat
Instagram.
1,000
Yeah, true.
pounds? Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Now, one girl, this was hilarious. She said, I hate it when I wake up with a man and he wakes up confused. I'm like, babe. He's like, what? What?
That
What?
is true. That is true.
What?
Confused
That is
for
Yeah,
it.
true.
But is this like a one night stand? Like
I
I've
don't
never
know, like,
had that happen.
I don't know. Like she was saying, I hate when I wake up with a man and he's confused. Like, you're a man. You should
I
know
do
where
feel
you're at
like
at all
men
times.
go
Oh,
into
like-
deeper
like-
sleep.
But if they're drunk, be like, oh, what?
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
just feel like men go into a coma when they sleep. Like I can't sleep worth shit, and I feel like men do sleep deeper.
And they just wake up
And
like,
women.
what?
Yeah, it's true. They're kind of like after they get up from a nap, they're like, they don't know where they are. They're like little babies.
So the last one was talking in a pet voice, not to a pet, like talking to you like, oh, my little. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I can't do it.
So that's too
I
sassy?
can't do it.
I've never
It's
never
not
had
sassy,
that
it's just
happen.
ugly.
Okay.
But if a guy did that, I'd be like, bro, use your real voice.
Don't say ooh, like
Like,
oh,
yeah.
I can't do it. I want to feel protected by you, not like I'm supposed
yeah,
to
what am I
protect you.
submissing to if you're
Yeah.
A little,
Yeah, like, hey baby, can I get you some coffee?
like, literally.
like, chill. So next question I have is interesting. I try to find some questions that don't get asked a lot. Like,
Okay.
when I'm trying to avoid so what's y'all body count? Like,
Ah,
you know, like the typical, you know
No,
what
we
I
gotta
mean?
say two.
Three.
Three.
J. Cole said 3. So you know you
Yeah.
gotta multiply by
That's all we're
3.
allowed to say.
3, 4. So this next question is interesting. Would you guys go to and be a regular, not just once in a while, I'm talking a regular, at an all-woman club? Now, let me give you all the specifics.
'Kay.
You have to pay to get in every time.
You lost.
You lost it. Oh, woman.
Right there, you lost.
Never.
Lost it at the first one.
No.
But I kind of love like I love going to gay clubs. Like
really.
yeah, more than anything.
Gay clubs get down. I've watched. Now hold on. I've watched them from afar. I've driven past them. I've driven past the Abbey. I've driven past like Roscoe's in the
Oh,
corner.
Abby's getting shut down.
Oh, it's
For
getting shut down?
For roofing.
Dude, I met a
Roofing
gay guy
problem.
at Barney's that told me he turned bi. Like, he was like, I honestly think I'm bi. Do you want to go on a date? Like, he literally was like so gay. And he was like, I'm not, I don't know what it is, but I think I'm bi now. Like, I would love to take you on a date. That was like my dream. Now I can die happy.
That's crazy.
I know. Anyway.
But
continue.
so Sharon's already out at paying to get in, but Steph still hasn't said anything yet. So
when you said all girl club, I was already no.
oh,
But
absolutely not.
actually I would like cuz I love like the
Dancing
Abbey
girls,
when I
yeah.
went and shit
Yeah.
to like gay bars. I love that because the pressure's off. Whenever I go to
That's
the
true.
club,
You can't get
whenever I
as
go
molested.
to a bar, you think I'm like my husband's going to be here. No the fuck.
They
Why the
never
fuck are you
are.
at
They
the
never-
club?
That's true.
I
They
know I'm
never
there,
are.
but like,
Why
why
are
the fuck are
you
you
here?
there? Like,
True.
that's not where
True.
I'm gonna find my husband. But I love going to gay shit because
like the
they
point is
just
to
be
dance,
the vibes.
yeah.
Like I have so many gay friends. I love it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you be like, yes, and then they'd be like, bro, he's bisexual. Like he really likes you.
oh,
You're
right.
just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Failed the mission.
So
I thought you were on the other side.
because
you
a
know?
lot of times I see street interviews and girls say, oh, we only go to the club to dance with our friends. The interviewer will say back, well, why don't you go to like a gay club? They're like, well, they start backpedaling a little bit.
Really?
Oh yeah, they start
I love
backpedaling.
it.
They start backpedaling. But I think, so do you think
Mhm.
if there's like a pie chart, what part of the pie chart do you think girls, when they go out and they put on their best fits and they do all their stuff and they're showing skin, what part of that is to impress the male gaze?
The male gaze.
Just for men, like what part of it I'm showing
Is
ass for
men's or
men?
gays?
For men, like straight men.
Okay. No, because like this is a big debate. Like
Yeah.
I feel like women, like I don't get all glitz and glam to go, oh, I hope a man compliments me. Either way, a man's gonna like me when I get out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, true.
But like
it's a fact, yeah.
I do it for myself, and then second is for the other bitches. Like when they compliment me, I'd be like, I love that shit.
Yeah.
And then what a a man who's gay compliments you, that's just like
that's
fucking cherry
That's
on
what I'm saying.
top.
When he was like, I want to go on a date with you. I was like, oh my God. Like, it's the
flattering.
dream. Yeah. And like,
That's how you know you're really a bad bitch.
but I have a question for you.
For real, when a gay man is, yes,
it was
please.
like the best. Like, I wasn't
real.
even wearing makeup, and I was like,
okay.
okay, maybe I should never wear makeup again. But the thing is, like, my question to you is, like, you said you do it for you. Do you think there's a world in which the doing it for you feels good because you know that the males are like, wow, that girl is beautiful? Like, I kind of think it's like I say I do it for me, but is the fact that people are looking at me with adoration? Like, it's still them. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like maybe for like other girls, for the girlies, like, oh my
Yeah.
God, because I love when you're in the bathroom and they're like, what highlighter is that? And I'm like,
I
bitch,
know.
is this? Like, for me, it's always been the girls. Like, I feel like men are fucking easy.
Well, they would fuck anything with a heartbeat. And
Literally.
I
So
think-
either
yeah,
way, you
yeah.
wear makeup or not, they're gonna be coming for it.
That's true. I think the point is, like, it's harder to impress women. So when a woman gives you a
Yeah.
compliment, it's like,
It's real.
she means it. Like, I'm
She saw
pretty.
this eyeliner,
Yes,
bro.
Exactly.
Like,
but
literally.
men are like, you could dye your hair like 5 different colors, and they're like, hi. Like, they don't even notice.
They don't even notice.
No. So, like, I
Literally.
seriously think it's like
Yeah.
more flattering to get a compliment from a woman.
It,
I'm more
it really
intimidated by
is,
women, to
and
be
men
honest.
don't believe that.
No.
But like literally, like when we do this fucking cut crease smoky eyeliner fucking look, like
Yeah.
when I go out in the bathroom, and I meet like the girl that's like, you're so beautiful.
Oh my God,
like
that means
yeah,
something.
like that literally means something.
Because she's not trying to take you. I mean, maybe she's trying to take you home, but like, it's just, it means something. Like,
Yeah.
men are just kind of, they don't notice.
So I'll say this: I think both sexes project their reality on the other. So I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I smell good for women. I buy $350 ball colognes to
Where you
be
go,
complimented.
Labo?
No, Louis Vuitton colognes are like $300. I buy them not to have Cheo say you smell nice, not to have like some of their guys. It's for a woman to hug her and go, ooh,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
that? I buy like everything. I go to the gym to stay in shape for women. Like
That's the thing. That's what I'm
everything.
saying. We say it's for us, but is it because it's for others?
Like for example, like you guys have probably been to a guy's place and he has like 2 forks, like
that's
a
tough.
TV on the ground because like at his base
I feel
state,
like most men be
no
homeless.
soap.
yeah,
No
true.
soap ever.
Like-
they don't,
Like,
they
can
don't
you
really
get
have
soap?
their own places.
True.
Like, for
that too.
real.
That too.
They
But
just
like,
rent an Airbnb and
Yeah.
they're like, "Welcome to my crib."
true. That is
Right.
true. But I'll say is.
Okay, with this place.
Yeah, exactly. So what happened is a lot like men, almost everything we do. Like think about it. Do you think men like going to a club, spending $3,000 to $5,000 on a table for themselves? They do it so they can get you and you to come and
But
sit in
that's
it.
not how you
sounds desperate as
recruit.
fuck.
Oh, I know, but like for example, I was outside of what's it called, Warwick, because my first time there, right?
When were you there?
Like last weekend.
Oh, okay.
So I was there, right?
heard about
And how it works is either you're an attractive girl or you're buying a table. Other than that, you're not getting in.
Really?
That's how it always works
tough.
usually, right? So for me, I have to spend $3,000 to $5,000 just to get in. And so when I get in there, I don't have to start recruiting, and I can't go, hey, want to hang out at the bar with me? No, I have to have a table. So guys buy tables, like again, back to impress women. So since guys, we're programmed to do everything to impress women.
That's biological nature.
Exactly. So
Like, I
yeah.
don't think that's a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. But then
Yeah.
what happens is we project what we think onto you guys. So you guys say, "Oh, we do it for the girlies." Like, man, would you do that if no one was around? You're just by yourself.
See, that's what, like, literally, I
Yeah.
used to get in this argument
Yeah,
with
true.
my ex over this shit. Like, he'd be like, who are you doing this for? Who are you doing this for? Like, I'm literally the type of person that, I saw this cut crease on TikTok, I'll do it at home. Just, like, I'll walk around with makeup just because, like,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just,
really?
like, yeah, because, like, it's a part of, like, self-care and all that.
Yeah.
Like, you need to go on a walk. You need to do, like, get ready. Or else if you're sitting in the house, like, you're just in a bad motion. You know what I mean?
True. No, I mean, like, look good, feel good is a
Exactly.
Yeah,
thing.
it's a
It is a thing.
Exactly.
Like, when I'm home wearing makeup, I still feel more like I got this shit. Like, as opposed to when I look like a gremlin. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel confident. Like, I don't feel very good.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it is look good, feel good.
Yeah.
Got you. So back to the whole, it's funny. Like I asked this question, hoping it sparks some type of debate, and like I'm getting through the question. Nope, and nope. You guys fall off like the first sentence. So why wouldn't you guys enjoy a club where you have to pay to get in, pay for sections, and pay for drinks? Like, is it the money thing, or like is it just
You have to pay me to go to a club in general.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to go.
No, yeah, especially being like moving from Washington to LA. Like,
Yeah.
I got very like I'm getting paid to go to clubs. I'm getting paid to
in Washington or LA?
no LA. Like
nice.
when I first moved here, like
That's cool.
getting paid to bring my friends. Like
Yeah.
that's how I like started going out, being on flyers and shit. You thought that was for free? Like
Yeah.
no, like so I just feel like that's the culture here.
Yeah.
But like that was before 2020. So
Okay.
I will say though, like we have so many expenses that men will never have, and I used to feel guilty about like guys paying for dates and shit, and now I'm like, the cost of my face right now, like the makeup on my face, is probably more than this dinner. Like it's ridiculous how, and like the amount of like hormone stuff we have to do, like it's just like I don't even feel bad anymore.
yeah.
I mean, I
Gotcha.
still do, but
So I was gonna say.
I'm
you
working on it.
appreciate, especially like when you go from like, I don't know. I feel like in LA, like they're used to guys, guys are used to girls like just full on nails, lashes, and all
for
this.
sure.
But like that's just a lot. Like
That's a
all y'all gotta
lot.
worry about is a
You want us to look
haircut.
perfect? Like God, it's
So,
expensive.
so I do agree with what you're saying, but just to make things spicy. So what if a guy? Because I know how men think. So then I can see it like, in the comment section. This video got posted. Well, it's your choice. So like, what's your response to when a guy goes, "Well, you chose to get the more. You chose the Chanel foundation. You chose the YSL. You could have just went with the Target brand. I wouldn't even noticed.
But
That is true.
you could have went with a basic bitch and you didn't.
You know.
You wanted somebody who like I don't know. I feel like some guys like they don't care like what a woman, especially if you're from like a state that's not like
Alabama.
glitz and glam. Yeah, like we
It's
both
very glitz
came
and glam
from
here.
states that are like
Low key.
Well,
I came from the Pacific Northwest, like
came
where
from the
people are wearing those
Midwest.
fucking socks
Patagonia
that separate your toes.
And Patagonia and yeah.
Right. So like in Seattle, like people would always stare at me like
Whoa.
I had full makeup on, like all of that back
Yeah.
then. But I just feel like if that's what you're going for, if we made that connection while I was that bad bitch,
That's hard.
Then you should know. But low key, sometimes I'm like, I think about it. I'm like, I'm an expensive girl, but
It's
I
expensive
can
to
keep
be
up
a
with
girl.
myself. I can keep up with myself. I'm not asking you to. You know what I mean?
I have like a very interesting opinion on this that I think a lot of women probably won't love for me to say. But I think that we create our own stress around how we have to feel so perfect. And I know that a lot of it is like society, but it's like we are society. Like we're the ones going and getting ourselves cut up and like getting ass implants, getting like whatever you're doing to like make yourself look like Kim Kardashian, which she looks beautiful, but it's like we're creating the standards by doing the things to ourselves and
hyping them up.
And hyping them up. And it's also like, I genuinely feel like the type of man that I'm going to be with and the type of men that I meet that I really respect, they like prefer a more natural look and they like prefer women that didn't go
makeup.
cut themselves up. Like, so I just think like we're actually creating a lot of these standards and like, so when we play this pity party of like, it's just so hard and it's expensive to be a woman in general. It is like, even just in maintaining our health, but like, a lot of these things that we feel like we need to be are things that we've created for ourselves. And like the more women do
But I
it,
feel
the
like
more
men
we
have
feel like we have to.
It's a man's world. So I feel like we're trying to put to their standards or whatever. But also like it's mental health month, like, you know, October. I got my nails done. Like I'm doing shit for
there's some
myself.
shit that's
I'm not
Yeah.
like, oh, you gotta send me a rack. I'm getting my nails done. Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
for
been
sure.
her.
Yeah.
So like for sure.
But I think like men, like I know it is a man's world and like the men
Unfortunately.
like a lot of the fakeness. Like,
I'm not here
but
for
there's a ton of men that don't like the fakeness. Like there's a ton of men that are into less of that. And
in
I
LA?
think
But for sure.
Kind of like you really do attract like if you don't do all the fake stuff, you're gonna attract someone that doesn't love all the fake stuff. Like it's just like kind of like just being confident in what you are. Like I know some women that are so beautiful and so natural and like haven't touched their faces or anything, and they're like just they embody and embrace who they are so much that it makes them like fucking models to me. Like I look at them and I'm like, damn, like you're gorgeous. You could be on any of those magazine covers. So it's just, I don't know. It's
how like men, I've always wondered like, bro, that's like in LA. You see BBLs every fucking day. Like on Twitter, they'd be like, be honest, you never see BBLs. If you're in Atlanta or LA,
big cities
some
every day.
BBLs, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So like,
Can't you die from that?
I always was like, how the fuck can men not tell? Like that's a BBL that looks horrible.
Some men can't tell.
But then also the other day, like Moneybagg Yo, like he posted.
Oh, I love him.
Like,
yeah.
Like, so he
You got lipo, right?
I like the way he pronounces the R. It's like
Merzik.
Murny.
Yeah.
Murny. Word.
Yeah.
Like fire. But they're saying like, oh, he had a man BBL and all that, and also so did Drake. But now I'm seeing it from the other side. I'm like, I can't even tell. Is that how men feel about BBL? That's what they're saying.
I think so. For women, I think their eyes a bit more trained to see more details.
We are,
like for example,
sure.
Really, because
100%.
this doesn't go with this, and it's obvious. Like,
well, for example, like I say, I think a girl's cute, right? I pass the phone to a girl. She go, her nose is crooked. I'm like,
really?
oh,
Like,
shit.
Yes,
Like,
for sure. We do notice that shit.
They know
like,
girls look at things with more meticulously.
That's true.
Yeah.
Where-
Like men don't notice if you get a haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like-
yeah, but like,
You're like,
a
girl, did
fucking,
you get your haircut like
but
1 centimeter?
but like a BBL, it's like a BBL on a popsicle. Like, come on.
That's true. BBLs
Like,
are very obvious.
Some girls
Because
don't.
if your legs
Some
are
girls.
small and
Yeah.
your
But
butt-
that was the first time where I was like, oh, I see the other side.
Got you.
True.
So speaking of, so we're talking about surgeries and stuff like that. You did mention earlier that you did have something done, but you took them out.
Yeah.
So was it just because they were making you sick, or there was like a slew of reasons why you took them out?
They were making me sick, and I also felt like I wanted to come home to my body, and I was like,
Oh wow, I never heard that statement before.
really?
I never heard "come home to my body."
Yeah, I
never
know
heard
it
that.
sounds crazy, but it's like when you're used to something your whole life and then you go and change it so drastically, it's like you don't even feel like you. And I also wanted to meet my person as who I am, as opposed to like something that was altered, and you have to get them redone like every 10 years, or you have to take them out when you like. I was just like, aside from the health stuff, it was like I want love that's like at my rawest form and who I really am. And I don't want that to be, it's like kind of a mind fuck when you meet someone, even when you're wearing like a ton of makeup and you meet someone, they're like, you're so beautiful. It's like, it feels kind of like a mind fuck because it's like, yeah, like I'm wearing all this though. Like, what about, like, do you love me when I'm not like this? So it's like, it is a mind fuck. And I was like, I would rather like bring myself home and like meet someone when I'm really at that true state of myself.
Okay, so I love what you said, and that was beautiful. I hope we clipped that part. But okay, so you said something that was interesting earlier. You said us as women, we do kind of put a stand on ourselves, because so we kind of are society in a way.
Yeah.
So for example, now, do you think men, we put pressure on ourselves, or you think this is actually true, where it's like men feel like we have to be a provider, we feel like we have to be the top dog? So do you think that is society, or that's true? Like men should like pursue that?
I think it's like an innate drive oftentimes for men to feel like they want to be a protector and a provider.
I think so
I've
too.
talked to some men that are like, I didn't pursue a relationship with this person at this time because I didn't feel like I could be the man that I wanted to be for her.
That's fair.
And I wanted to like get my career off the ground before pursuing something serious because I want to be able to provide.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true for everyone, and I don't think it's great to have any blanket statements or generalizations, but
sure.
I do think sometimes it is an innate thing. And as for women too, to probably want to feel beautiful. So I don't knock that. But I think it just depends on the guy.
Yeah, and also this is not to like jab women. It's just what it is. Sometimes men can't even get a certain type of girl to become a certain person. Whereas like I don't think a guy would go, Steph, since you're working a job and you're kind of remote, you're not making that much money, I can fuck with you. Like you could legit be, I'm working at McDonald's right now.
Yeah.
As long as he enjoys your presence and he finds you beautiful, you're kind of set.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like one thing where guys have a bit harder is we're like, we have to become something sometimes just to even get our foot in the door. Just to get a foot in the door.
Yeah.
Like for example, I couldn't get into Warwick last time. No, I'm not crying about it. Who gives a fuck? It's a club. I stay on the couch
it's like you have to
and just look.
be something as opposed
you didn't want to
to
spend $5K on a stupid table?
I did not. I was broke as hell.
That's so
I was
stupid to
broke.
me though. Like, why would you do that?
True. I
Like,
know.
why would you do that? I don't even, because if I walk in and I'm seeing the guys at the club, I'm like, he thirsty as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
like anyone that pays that amount of money. It's
on
like
on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Normally. Dead ass. These guys don't be working either. But yeah, so it's like I had to either have a bunch of cash or be somebody just to even get a foot in the door.
That's stupid.
And
And
it's
then
just
I
stupid,
think, yeah, but then I think you have to like it all comes down to the type of people you want to attract. If
Oh,
you
for
want
sure.
to attract someone that's
Like
obsessed
that,
with money
that's
and is
not
like
good.
this guy has money, like that would be as if I were a man, I'd be like that's the last kind of girl I'd ever want to pursue is someone that is so focused on what I'm doing and how much money I make. Like that, it's the same thing as makeup. It's like, do you want a guy that only loves you when you do all of this or when you're like so fancy, or do you want someone that loves you for who you are? And it sounds so cheesy, but it's the same thing with guys and feeling like they need to do so much to be a certain status.
All right, so we're going to bring up a juicy topic. I have a lot to say about this one. So, okay, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like when women are like, let's say they're 21, just turned 21, they're in the sections and like on you know, the yachts with like the older guys, say like 31, 32, not crazy old, just a little older. Them doing that is almost common sense. Duh, the guy that's your age is working valet. This guy has a boat. Go kick it with the guy with the boat. However, when a guy goes on a podcast or, you know, or is dating a woman who's 21, he's like 32, girls may start pointing a finger. You're a predator. You preyed on her, etc. So what's your, like, your, you know, 2 cents on that conversation? I know you've heard it and seen it.
Like, I'm confused. Like, you mean versus like what should they, like, you're asking?
Yeah. So basically what happens is I'll see podcasts where it's like, oh, like this guy's in his 30s and she's 21. That you guys have nothing. First thing, they always love to say this. They have nothing in common. He probably preyed on her. He probably likes her because she's young and stupid. Like, I'll see girls throw shade at younger girls, or no, mostly the guy for dating a younger woman. And I know why he's dating her, but usually there's a lot of, like, you know, shade, animosity, whatever you want to call it. So are you on the side of the girls? Yep, he's preying on her. He wants younger because he's insecure, or do you just think, hey, it is what it is?
Okay, so I feel like also, like, even in Drake's album that he posted, not posted, but he released, he's like, oh, she's 25 in one of the songs. I'm like, aren't you 30-something? Like, literally. But, like, I feel like, oh, age is just a number. But, you know, men's minds mature way slower than women's brains, supposedly. So, I heard
that too. So,
right.
Yeah, keep going. Keep cooking. Right. Keep cooking.
So, I feel like usually women date older men because we're hoping, like, you've already been through your whole phase.
Yes.
Like, you're over that. Like, you're ready to be a man, right?
Yeah, true.
So I don't think it's necessarily praying, but, like, when I do, me being 25, when I hear about, like, men my age talking to an 18-year-old, I'm like, that's weird because I've never been, maybe because I'm a woman, I've never been attracted to men who are younger than me, because I'm like, if I've already dealt with that shit with men my age, why would I go with younger? Like, their brains are developing slower.
Yeah, so you made a great point. I love how you said that. I said it earlier too. Men and women project their realities on other people. So women hardly date younger. It's rare. Yeah. It's rare. So in your head, you're like, wait, that makes no sense. Right. But for guys, listen, I'm going to say some reasons why guys date younger. Not saying me, just guys. Number one, usually when a girl has been through many long-term relationships, each relationship, she comes with like a new, okay, he did that. So, like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? New perspectives.
Our brains are pattern recognition.
Yeah. So for example, say if 3 guys cheated, one cheated in the middle of the night, one cheated because he was on the iCloud.
Don't get a girl that's been cheated on 3 times.
Right.
That's just.
Yeah. So it's like she comes into a relationship. Let's say she's 30, right? With like, hey, she's a bit more naggy, maybe a bit more like annoying because she's been through so much shit. She doesn't want none of that shit to happen ever again. Versus a girl out of college, maybe she had one. So maybe, not naive. Always, maybe she's a bit more pleasant. Now you could pull the naive card, right? but I for example, I think it goes for both ways. If a guy told you he had 5 long-term relationships all for a year each, is that a red flag or a green flag or like a neutral one? 5 girlfriends all for a year.
I feel like I would need to hear, like, what ended each one.
Yeah,
because
5.
if he's like, well, this one, there was a red flag here, I'd kind of be like, okay, King, you know what you want.
Okay.
Like, you know, but, like, that's a lot of fucking relationships. Like, but if they were obvious red flags,
you probably go, listen, 5, like, it's too many.
Like, I would appreciate that for you're not dragging shit on, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need reasoning.
Yeah, it's for me personally, I would like a 3 to 4 age gap, 3 to 4 year age gap.
Younger?
Younger.
Or older?
Probably younger. Like, if I'm 30, she's 27, or, you know, like,
how
you
come?
know. How come? Okay, so I think, in my personal opinion, if you took a girl when she's 21 and 31, usually she's going to look different at 31 than 21. Also, from a fertility standpoint, if I want multiple kids, it's harder as girls get older to have multiple kids. And I wouldn't want to put her through back-to-back labors like, 2021 she had a kid in 2022, like to hopefully space it out a little bit. So if I can get a girl who's like 3 or 4 years younger, I go for it.
You have more time to get
your
shit together?
That too. I
mean, I think it's like primal. Like I'm kind of in between about it because I think it is like instinctual and ancestral of men to like be more attracted to someone younger because of that reason. Just like pheromones wise, and they want to reproduce. Like I think that is a thing. But then I also have guy friends that are like the most respectable humans ever and so mature, and they're like, I actually prefer older women because they are mature. They know what they want. They know what they like. They know how to demand respect. They have their life kind of figured out. They're not all over the place. Like, oh, I just like I'm lost. I don't know what to do. So like I go very back and forth about it because I do think that there are people that go after these younger women because they don't speak up and because they are more vulnerable. They don't have the finances to make all the decisions. So they feel like they owe this person. Like when you can be bought in this city, like especially when a city is so expensive as it is, like you can be bought. And I think older men sometimes take advantage of that. But then I think there are also men that just prefer it because of the reasons that you prefer it. Yeah,
it's a good conversation. You can talk about older because she knows what she wants, etc. But I do feel that. I do. We'll move on to the next topic, which is, would you guys ever switch gender roles with a man? So you now have to get to a certain, financial standpoint, approach women.
Is it would I or what would I do?
Like would I become a man?
Would you like if you had the choice, would you? Because sometimes girls say, oh, it's a man's world and like they have all the power, blah, 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 blah. So in that case, not saying you guys said that, but in that case, would you switch gender roles with a man if you had the choice?
You mean like become a man?
Sure. Yes. Sure. Become a man.
I feel like no, because women are just fucking gorgeous. Like
I know. Same.
Curves. Like when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, a man could never.
Like, a man can create a human.
Right. Like we are so fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Like seriously. Like we just hold so much power. I would never give that up. But like sometimes I'd be like thinking like,
yeah, they have it easy.
Man, I got money. I would have all these bitches. But I love being a woman because I love being like that group that like people underestimate, but we're just, like, fucking powerful.
Like underdogs, but we're actually killing it. Yeah, I agree.
But we're probably the wrong woman to ask because we have careers.
Yeah, that is so true. You know what I mean? We're like ambitious, driven, not the type of people that
we're not. And we're not from LA, so that says a lot.
True. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Would you switch your gender roles with a man, Stephanie?
No, I feel the same. I don't know how to capture it, but it's like the feeling of, I don't know. There's something about having like the essence of a woman that it's just like I would never give that shit up, even though it's hard as hell out here and it sucks. But like
every month,
like half the month you're dead. Like it's just not fair. But I still wouldn't give it up.
Gotcha.
Power.
Yeah,
it really is. Definitely runs a lot of the city.
Exactly.
Yeah, dead ass.
But when I don't go to clubs, I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
We don't even go to clubs.
Just be a man. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah. So I think for guys, there are guys on TikTok and YouTube who say, "Oh, girls have it easy," and then there's some girls say guys have it easy. So I think the thing that stands out to me. What do you
say?
So it's hard to say because here's the thing: men, it's a numbers game. So I have to approach you, and you, and maybe one of you will show up on a date.
True. Okay.
Versus women, you guys have 10 guys approach,
but it's stressful,
and you have to pick which one.
But so it's stressful.
True, but imagine this though: like with guys, we have to deal with flaking. We have to approach a bunch of girls. But guys don't flake as much.
Overall, you guys have to deal with your own ego. Like more importantly than anything, I feel like that's the thing. Yeah. So like you're battling your own demons.
Go a little bit deeper than just the ego. Like can you like expand on that? Like what do you mean by that?
Like I feel like if you talk to this girl and this girl, like when you're out, like how many girls are you guys talking to?
Oh, like, it has to be a lot sometimes.
Really? Yeah, because I've even I've met up with a guy before who was like, oh, like I'm too nervous to ask for a girl's phone number. Like I learned the hard way. I'm like, why the fuck are you telling me that? First of all.
Yeah.
But like,
true.
Honestly, I feel that though. I appreciate you because that's why I gave him the time of day because he wasn't like, oh, give me your number, like all aggressive. Because if you're doing that for every girl, or like one time this guy was like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, Pasadena. He's like, that's an easy pull up. I'm like, What the fuck? What are you pulling up to?
Ew.
What are you pulling up to?
I'm confused.
But that's just like hoe behavior. You know what I mean?
Gross.
Like I don't like that.
I don't like too charismatic
Me
in a weird way. Like I'm like
either.
honestly, the less charismatic, like the more nerdy you are, like the nervous. Like I know you're authentic.
But also, I'm like, don't be like, I like anime. Like, okay.
No, I mean,
okay, congrats.
There's levels to this shit.
Okay,
Like,
so
I don't want you
this actually
coding
this
for
actually opened up a great conversation. So there's a male, female dating coach. His name is Matthew Hussey.
I love him.
And he was talking on a stage, and he silenced the whole crowd. He said, "Ladies, the guys that can't approach you usually will treat you the best."
Exactly.
and then-
That's the paradox
Yeah.
because
of it all.
I wouldn't even approach a fine ass.
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
I wouldn't.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like the
I'm
guys that
shy.
are approaching you they're so used to it. Like they're just
Yeah.
like I'll
They're
try
so
this with
smooth.
everybody, and it doesn't make me feel special. But like the guy that's not approaching me, it's like he's not gonna do that for the rest of my life when we're dating. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'd rather have that guy in the corner. Like,
But
I'll
we
go to him.
definitely noticed that shit. Though.
But here's the thing, though. It's like this. Let's say you guys know this now. You guys now know the guy that won't approach you.
Yeah, is the
usually is the best. But here's the thing. Will you approach him though? Probably not. So it's like this, like.
Well, how many
is a
shots
paradox.
of gin have I
Yeah,
had?
exactly. Exactly. And also, I will say, like, after years of being in this world, I'm over not approaching. Like, if I'm into it, like, I'll make it so obvious that they know I'm into
I
it
feel
because
like
I've known this.
That's like 25 for me.
Yeah.
I've only been 25 for a couple months.
oh, welcome,
but like,
baby.
Yeah.
Okay, but like since I've been here, I'm like,
Bro,
I can pull any man in
You
here.
gotta.
man.
Sure,
Easy.
yeah.
Like,
But we have
but once
to.
you realize that, because I was a very shy girl growing up,
Me
for
too.
sure. I was very shy, but like once you know your worth and
Yes.
like what you know, what you can do,
You
that,
have to.
nothing like if I wanted you, I could have you.
Okay,
For real.
yeah, and like the men are too like sharks, where like they're more afraid of you than you are of
Yes.
them.
Oh, yeah, they are.
So it's like you
Yes.
gotta just do it. You gotta give them that
Exactly.
opening. Like I'm
Exactly.
over. I don't care. I'll like tell a guy. I'll give a guy my number. I don't care.
Yeah, I think if girls knew what Sharon just said, like, yo, like, here's the thing. I've seen my handsome friends, actually handsome, like 6'4" model type friends.
They're the most insecure.
The girl who was chubby,
never lie.
but outgoing. Oh, I like your hair. Like, dude, she was talking the whole night, and like, so it's like she just chose what she wanted. She was like, I want him, and walked up.
You have to like adapt that behavior in this climate because you will never be approached.
Yeah.
You won't.
But I feel
I'm
like
not
the
kidding.
men that you make like the first move on, like the men that fall in love.
That's
For
true.
sure,
That's
for sure,
true, that's
for
true.
sure. Like when you make the first move on a man, like
True.
But it is like I think to all the women out there, like if you feel like you're never getting approached, like you do. I'm sorry, you have to put in the work and you have to be the one.
I'll say two
I mean,
things
you do.
for girls who want to get more approached more. Number one, do what guys do, and no, it sounds crazy. Go for a lap. And here's what I
I
mean.
do that.
Here's
I
what I
get
mean.
close
Here's what I mean.
proximity.
If you're in a group of 6 girls, do you think a guy's gonna walk up on you with 6 of your girlfriends around?
Hell no.
Probably not. So you probably have to go for a lap. So it means like just go for a little walk and hopefully goes, okay, she's alone. Because usually, like we all do, we're all stalking each other like with our eyes.
Sure.
yeah.
So it's like if Sharon walks into a
Give 'em
club,
the
I'm like,
eyes.
okay, I want her. I'm gonna see like what section she goes to. Or is she with guys? Okay, I see 4 girls. Okay, let me see if I can wait till she's like alone for a split second. And then she's walking. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just.
But
jump.
also, there's a real thing where like for me, like when I first came to LA, I'm like, am I ugly? Like, why are like the guys?
Baby, no.
No, for real.
But
Like,
I
I
felt
was
the
with
same.
my other friends. Like, I'm like, why did they just want them? Because them bitches was easy. Like,
Yes.
for real though.
They don't
because
look like-
already I have an RBF, but when they come up for conversation, I'm shy already. But like, I know the bitches I was with was willing to fuck multiple people in one night.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like, so that
They can feel that.
I was with them, not anymore. But like,
Yeah.
but like, you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
just like, but you have to think like that's not even the type of guy I want.
That's exactly the
not
whole
the type of
point.
guy I
yeah,
want.
it's like that's like the underlying theme of all of this
Yeah.
is like if it's forceful, it's like not the type of person you want anyway. You know?
Or just like they're easy. Like it's if a guy can fuck anything, that's not an accomplishment. To say you fucked him, I'm sorry.
no, for
That is.
sure.
Yeah, and I like the point about the whole like if a guy is nervous. But here's the thing though, it sucks, right? Let's say a guy hears this conversation and he goes, "Okay, I'm not an approacher, but I'll try," and walks up on a girl and is like, "Hey, how's it going?" A girl may not give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's
like, you
true.
know, so it's
But like, if a girl's a bitch, like, first of all,
Yeah, fuck that girl.
I
Yeah.
feel like in LA you meet a lot of people who aren't from here too, that aren't gonna do that.
True.
I feel like probably the LA bitches who
born raised.
literally do not have jobs.
Yeah, true.
be like, what you gonna get me and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
it's
like
all
a
for
majority
money.
of the girls out here, like, we're not from here.
We're gonna be respectful.
We're humble ass bitches.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And just nice. Like, even if like a guy like was fucking hideous and walked up to me, I'm never
still
gonna
nice.
be like, yeah, you know what I mean?
I always
I'll-
say
in
too,
a
like,
nice
I'm
way.
so flattered. Like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm just not interested, or like I'm seeing someone. Like, I don't know. And I honestly, I've said to guys before, I'm like, thank you for like doing this,
Considering.
because I know that no, but like it's so. I say to them, I'm like, I know this is so scary, and like we live in a world where no one really does this anymore. So like, I actually really appreciate you like approaching me, and I
Right.
tell them that because I don't want someone to like take my rejection as like, okay, I'm never gonna go up to a woman again.
Ever
This
again.
sucks. I feel like that's what men feel sometimes. It's
Yeah.
like after so many rejections, they're probably just like, "Fuck this girl."
But like
sucks."
True.
but like we put it in their hands to like make the first move, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
like
that's
we
crazy.
do.
But
So-
I don't anymore because I'm like, it's not working.
Yeah, now it's
I gotta
like,
take the power back.
Right.
So I like what Stephanie said. I know most girls never say that, but it's true. Like it takes a lot of balls to walk up to a girl, usually with
does.
all her friends around, and
So
say what's
scary.
up. So I run a page called Defund Simping. I give guys basic advice to get in the game. I'm not a relationship guy. It's more so the guys who are chronically online who can't get out the house. I help them with their dating apps and all that stuff. This is when I make videos on approaching. These are the comments. Don't want to get accused of sexual harassment though. Unless I'm a handsome rich dude, then sure,
Unless?
might reciprocate.
There was an unless.
Yeah, basically he's saying is he's saying if I become rich, because like he thinks rich equals money, rich equals women, which it doesn't.
It really.
I'm
I've had-
grossed out. If you have a private
but-
jet in your profile,
But
bye.
dead
Yeah,
ass.
true.
No, but dead ass. I've met. Not trying to like. Oh, I've met like.
Yeah, sure.
But I've literally met a lot of men in LA who have money. I don't know where it comes from. I didn't get that far.
They get that
Offshore
far.
accounts.
They got penthouses, all this,
Yeah, yeah.
like whatever. But like that does not turn me on.
Me either.
I'm
It
sorry
grosses me
because
out.
at the end of the day, I really like even if you have money, I can't just like get over what you look like or what you
Yeah,
act
what you
like.
look like.
Like I'm sorry, I'm not her.
No,
Gotcha.
Not her.
I'm not.
Another comment when I talk about approaching is he said, "Nope!" exclamation mark. Sexual harassment claims. If a person tries hard enough, it's a simple "you're pretty" could ruin your life, bro.
A pretty.
You're saying you're pretty could ruin your
love
life.
Being told I'm pretty.
So it's crazy. So a lot of guys have a really negative outlook on approaching women, and it's shitty because here's the thing: I'll shoot my shot. And here's the thing with me though, here's the thing though. Okay, what guys say in the comment section to me is, "Bro, you're handsome, so the experience you have is not mine," and I can sympathize with that.
But there are a lot of ugly bitches. So
True. That's true. But
you need to go for them.
True.
Like, you need to know your.
But here's the thing though. I still get rejected. Or
100%. Everyone does.
No, here's the thing though. When I say rejected, it's never like that.
Yeah, they're just not into
It's
it.
more so this. Hey, what's your name? Jessica.
Yeah, they're not.
Hey, I'm just
they're
like, all
not
right, have a good night, and I just walk
Yeah,
off.
And like you
They're
get
not
the
into
hint.
Yeah,
it. If they're not asking you your name
Yeah,
back,
I'm
they're
out.
not into
I'm
it.
out.
You know.
So it's usually me.
But like a lot of it is like where are you meeting these people? And I can't
True.
even tell you where you should go to meet.
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I can't even tell you that. I'm,
Yeah.
not, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe
But,
like Whole
also.
Foods.
Hope.
No,
For
that's
real.
where like I hear my friends like, oh, I'm in love with this man. I'm like,
No,
where you
seriously,
meet him?
Whole
She said
Foods.
Vaughn's. I swear to God, this happened
Okay.
on Tuesday. And I said Vaughn's. I need to go to Vaughn's.
That's what they want.
Erewhon,
Just start
Erewhon.
walking the aisles for fun.
No, for real. I said, oh, bitch.
Meet a real person. No, but that's true. Like I'm sure it's terrifying, but
Yeah, no, I can't even imagine like like being grown like as an insecure and shy as I was. Like I can't imagine like what's up, baby?
Yeah,
like,
true.
You know what
It's
I mean?
tough.
Yeah.
Like
It's tough.
I give men a lot of credit to that, but like when you get the vibes over she's like Jessica. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Get the
both
hint.
ways.
Yeah,
Get the hint.
get
You know
out.
what I
And
mean?
also, if she's like kind of looking at you too in
Yeah.
the store or wherever you are, like that's your go. Like she's looking at you. Go. Like that's when we want you to come up. Like at the gym, sometimes I'm like, we're staring at each other. Please come up to me. I don't care that we're in a fucking gym.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, so also when I talk about approaching, I'll say, listen, some of girls I've met, when I say some of the girls I've met that I think are more conducive for a healthy relationship are met in the gym. The gym is almost like the gym is almost like their social hour, and they don't. I don't mind if a girl goes out, but like that girl did not go out, didn't drink, didn't smoke.
Yeah.
Like her whole life
She's, like,
revolved
taking
around
care of herself.
taking care of herself. And when I talk about approaching girls in the gym, guys go, "Nah, bro, like that's a place you just can't do it." So
I
a lot of guys
disagree.
have a stigma where it's like it's almost like they think there's a time and place where they can and can't do it. And to me, it's like, dude, just if a girl's giving you the sign, man, go say what's up. It's not.
She's giving you the.
Yeah,
Girls
say
might
what's up.
disagree with me and come at me for this, but like any girl that's like, oh my God, you can't approach me in the gym. I'm busy working out. If a guy is a 10 out of 10
You
and
wanna
you're
talk.
you want
You
him to
want
come-
it? Don't matter where the
tell
fuck
me.
you
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Like, right here,
That
looking
is such
at
a
it.
double
Yeah,
standard.
true.
It's like if you're not into it, you're like, oh my God, he's such a creep. Ew. And then if you're into it, you're like, finally.
finally.
So it's such a double standard. It's like that is such a lie.
Also,
It's not the situation. It's what man.
What
is.
man it
What
is.
man is it? It's
True.
not the gym.
like I know
Quit
for a
blaming the
fact
gym.
when like girls, because also it's a little like primal too. It's like a guy's in the gym. I say if I'm attractive, sweaty, tattooed. You hear him grunt, and you're
Can
like,
lift iron.
yeah, you see him lifting a lot of
He
weight.
can throw me far.
Like,
I'm
like I'm serious. Like when girls see guys like in that state, like I know for a fact some girls be getting turned on in the gym.
See, I'm too shy to go to the gym still.
Okay, fair enough.
Like literally, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get there and freak out.
Gotcha.
Still losing weight though, bitch.
50 down.
But
Get
like,
there.
50 down, bitch.
Yeah, 50
but
down.
like, literally, like, so I haven't really experienced that yet. But
But you will.
I'll let you know when I get
You will,
there.
'cause you're gorgeous. You're gonna have that happen.
If you go to like a West Hollywood Equinox,
Okay,
Oh,
on
That's
a
where I
guest
met
pass,
the most recent guy I went on dates with.
yeah,
Was
like
Equinox. He was
yeah.
a trainer.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah, like we're just like, and this is an example. We were looking at each other consistently, like the whole time. We were just like locking eyes, kept looking for each other. He finally came up to me, and he was, and we were both like, I know this is unprofessional, like, but, and then we went on a date. But it was at a gym, and I was down with it because I was into it. Like that's the thing. It's not the gym. It's just the guy.
it's the guy.
Yeah,
It's the
literally.
guy.
It's the fucking guy. Let's be honest.
Yeah, so I always talk about like don't put restrictions on yourself,
I
guys.
agree.
Like if you
Fuck
see
that.
something you like, you gotta go talk to.
And
her.
if you see them, here's the thing too, and then we can move on. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know you're on the timeline, but like, if you are seeing this person every day, it's like also just human to be like to start a conversation with someone that you see every day, even if you're not even into them romantically. It's like we see each other every single day. Like at this point, we should just say hi. You know,
We should be married at this
at
point.
this point, you
At
should
this point,
yes
like, who's
sign that
on the list?
prenup. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. Like,
Got you. So what is one thing you would like men to better understand about women?
so I would say me.
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off every month is when I'm like feeling so fucking bipolar and like I don't even notice, and I'm like,
Facts.
oh, I want to cut my hair, I want to get tattoos, like all this, and then I'm like, oh, I fucking hate my job, I fucking
Yeah.
like every month this happens, and like you know what pisses me off is that men don't have to go through this hormone shit every month,
Yeah.
every month, literally.
They just
Like,
like
that
wake
would
up
be
every day feeling the
The same.
No,
So stupid.
and that's crazy to me. Like I don't
That
even
is
think
crazy.
no men don't even realize like,
No.
and it's like I really understand like when I hear about postpartum and all that, I'm like I can't even imagine if I feel like this now and I've never even been pregnant or anything.
Mhm.
What the? And every year it gets worse,
Yeah. As you get
literally
older,
gets
shit
worse.
gets bad.
and
It
men don't have to deal
does.
with that.
No, that is so true, and I think men don't realize too. Like, 80% of our immune system every month when we're in the week before our period goes to our reproductive system.
Yes.
So like we're tired, we don't want to be social. We have
We feel
10
ugly
times a
as shit.
chance. We feel ugly. Our skin's dry. We're not glowing. We have way more of a chance of getting sick. So we want to stay in. It's like
A
we
little
have to like
suicidal.
protect
Yeah, a
ourselves.
little
I want to die every month, and then the next day I bleed,
Right.
and I'm like, oh,
Why would I ever think
that's
that?
why.
Like
True.
literally,
But it's every month. It's literally like I know
and be
this.
like, and it's always been like, oh, like she's on her period. No,
No, it's the
boo.
week
It
before.
starts the week before.
The week before is like I'm actually
for
suicidal.
real.
It's bad. Yeah.
No, seriously. And like men, like they'll never know that. And
they'll
like
never
our
know.
bones fucking hurt.
Yeah,
Like, our
like
whole body.
aching.
It's not just I have cramps.
No.
Like I feel like
I got like
this,
night
like-
sweats. I'm
no,
like
seriously,
like
every month,
vertigo. It's terrible.
and it just gets worse every year.
it does.
Men have. Why the fuck don't men experience that?
I know.
They
That
don't.
pisses me
Yeah,
off.
I
I know.
That literally pisses me off.
Same. But I think what pisses me off more
Mm-hmm.
is it's not even just the men. It's like this thing that we've all created. We've created a shit show in dating where everyone is so anxious that someone else is seeing 5 other people. So when you first go on a date with someone, that's what I'm saying though. But we make it true because it's like they probably are going to see 5 other people. So we're like, I should see 5 other people. And then none of us are like ever dropping in with one person. And then we're like stressed out and anxious all the time. Like they're seeing other people, then we see other people, then we're never focused. And then we never actually date anybody. So it's like we're creating this like insecure feedback loop with all of us, like men and women.
Loop. I kind of like that term. No, for real though.
It's literally a feedback loop. It's like we're doing it to ourselves. And it's so annoying.
But like you literally, like, every interview, you have to be like, but that's annoying.
I know. It's like you have to pretend you don't care. You have to pretend you don't give a shit. They're dating 10 people, but it's like at the same time, it's like, what do you want? Like, if you want intimacy, sorry, you got to drop in. You can't just be like.
I agree.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I agree.
You got like a toe in.
I think dating apps definitely create that illusion.
I agree.
So happens.
But what do you feel about our hormones every month?
Oh yeah, let's go back to that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to bleeding.
Yeah, sure. So I think that's why men and women argue a lot, because in a man's world, it's like, okay, let's say I buy a comfort for the bed. You love it. And then the period starts. I don't like it. I'm like, you just said you did though. And like,
is that what happens though?
Well,
I don't know many women like that.
Well, I'm trying to say is like, you're okay. So let's say you like something at first, and then your hormones change. You're looking at it differently. It feels different maybe. I don't know. I never had a period, so I can't tell you what happens.
You know what? My cheer coach. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no problem.
But like my cheer coach, like growing up, before high school and all that, he would tell us, like, he was such a fucking asshole. But he would tell us, like, men are going through the same shit every month. Our bones hurt. Our bones hurt, and we go through the same hormone shit. And I'm like,
transitioning?
and I've literally like, you guys don't experience that. You really don't.
I don't recall.
You literally like, in the way he put it in our brains to make it seem like
it made sense.
Yeah, but like make it seem like what you were feeling was not validated.
Men are on a 24-hour cycle. We're on a Freudian cycle.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
It's I've never dealt with that, but to me, it's like I think
your bones don't hurt.
Bones don't hurt, and I feel like she mentioned the same every day. So I think a lot of times men need to be a bit, especially in a relationship, empathetic when you're living with a woman, especially. That's when shit is real. Living with her.
But do you believe us? Like, I swear to God.
No,
it's like crippling.
We could meet like a woman we've never met before, us. We're like agreeing we've never met each other before, but we all feel the same shit, but nobody talks about it.
It's so bad.
Nobody talks about it.
And it's not even just, like, I think men think it's irritability and moodiness. It is literally times where I'm like, am I like really clinically depressed? And then the next day I'm like, I'm having a panic attack. And it's not like, it's not
the next
like
day,
subtle.
I love my life.
Yeah,
like, literally.
And then you zoom out and you hate yourself. You're like, how can I be this up and down? Like, it's not just subtle shit where it's like, oh my God, you're so annoying. Like, your voice is annoying me. It's literally like, sometimes I'm like, what is life? I feel hopeless. Like, it's like scary, like dark shit. And then on top of it, the physical stuff. So it's like, it's so hard. And I empathize with men too, because it's like they don't get it because they don't have periods. So it's, of course, they don't have the ability to be in our shoes and feel what we feel. So it's frustrating for both parties. But at the same time, it's like, we gotta figure this out.
Yeah,
what does this mean? Like, do men get birth control?
Yeah. So, in regards to that, men do go through mental health. That's why, like, a lot of times they kill themselves like the most.
For sure. Yes,
right.
Suicide.
But I had a great point to add. I had a great point to add about the hormones. I was about to start cooking. Okay. So I'm not trying to say this. I'm not trying to say these are the same. But I saw an interview and that sparked a question. So what happened is.
Don't cancel him.
Don't cancel me. So what happened was, a girl who was a bodybuilder said she had jumped on testosterone, right? And she said, "I've never wanted to fuck more in my life."
That's true.
Right?
I have a friend that did that.
We get released testosterone when we're on our period. I think.
True. I'm hornier.
So men, like, they're getting testosterone all month.
Yeah.
But we only get it when we're on our
when we
period.
can't fuck.
Yeah.
We want to.
Yeah.
Like,
so
that week, like, that's when we feel like, no, but dead ass, when I'm on my period, I feel like the most beautiful woman. I feel
Me
like
too.
I'm in my element. I feel
Dude,
like
it's weird.
I'm about to
cry.
change.
Yes, but I bleed and I'm like, my body's so amazing. Like, on the full moon every month.
But like, literally, we're fucking bleeding and we're like, I'm just so empowered, and I'm
Yeah, it's
like,
weird.
I feel this fucking testosterone, like
Yeah.
literally. But
Like,
we
is that
only
how
get
men
it.
feel all the
We only
time?
get
Exact-
it.
yeah,
We
yeah.
only get it once a month, and I heard you guys get it all.
Yeah.
every day.
So that was the argument
Okay.
where people were saying, listen, girls talk about, oh, my period, my hormones. But it's like, we have something called testosterone where when a girl gets it, she's like
Demon time.
like point to a foot. I'm trying to foot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. So it's
I'm
like,
looking for the hoe.
I'm not sure if it's the same thing because I never been in a woman's shoes experienced a period. But when that girl who was a bodybuilder said, yo, like when I got on testosterone, I was like, whoa, this is how men feel all the
Yeah, for
time.
sure.
Like, so I'm not saying they're equivalent. Yeah, I'm not saying they're equivalent, but she said she felt like in like this insane.
No,
Then you
rush.
start losing your hair and your girl
no,
beard. So,
I could
you know.
for sure see that because like when you're on your period, like you just feel like that bitch.
True.
Like
No,
for
you
real.
do. You just
You
kind of
feel-
have this confidence. That's
But,
why
yeah,
I'm like, no,
true.
That's
fuck
when
with
I
me.
feel the most motivated, the most pretty, like
Me
everything.
too. It's kind
like-
of weird.
Isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you're also like.
Because I'm also bloated
I
and
don't
not
want the world
anything.
to see me like
yeah.
I need to stay inside, but also I feel like that bitch.
Yeah.
So one thing I'd have women understand, but here's the thing: I don't expect them to care, but at the same time, what they understood is
Go ahead.
how hard it is to like get to the top. When I say the top, okay, so let's say in LA, big cities.
Societal pressure.
Yeah, societal pressure, right?
But we have that too.
I'll say this though. Okay, so let's say a guy, if he's making average income 40 to 50K a year, let's say it's gonna stay that way for the sake of this conversation.
That's
It's gonna stay.
bad.
50K is like it's gonna be that way for a while because girls like to go, what if he's gonna make more? Keep it at 50.
Okay.
He's gonna actually be shut out by a lot of partners just for that. No, he could hit for a night or two. But long term, if they have that sit down conversation about marriage and kids, she's like, well, what are we gonna do about money? He's like, what do you mean I make decent money? Well, it's not enough, right? So whereas a girl, in my opinion, you can disagree. That's why we have the show. If she's just fun to be around, has a nice smile, is pretty, she can almost bag anybody.
I don't know. I disagree. I know a lot of guys that really want an ambitious woman and a driven woman and someone that has a career.
I'll say this. I think the men that want a driven, ambitious woman with a career, it's because they want to go 50-50 with her.
I don't
But
know. I feel
I've-
like it's his personality. It's like
I've
I like
never-
girls that go to the gym.
Maybe because like ever since like I've always been ambitious. Like when I was 20, I moved out to Los Angeles from Seattle by myself.
Yeah.
I've always been like grind, but I've never been in a situation where a man has been like, "What are you doing?" Because they've always been trying to catch up to me. Like
That's true.
yeah. So I can't even. I feel like I can't speak on that.
Gotcha. I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
like for societal pressure, a guy usually has to, not for all women, but you know the girls in LA like who don't work, they say a thing, you have to be a rich guy to date a broke bitch. Like,
That's true, but that's also the opposite of any kind of relationship I'd ever want.
true.
So it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, then let those people procreate. But
Yeah.
like, I want someone that's my equal, like someone that is equally ambitious
Yoked.
and driven, and we can be a team. Like that's what I want in a partnership. So
Yeah, I feel like it's more. It's not even just the numbers. It's like the grind, the motion.
yeah,
You know
it's
what
like
I
it's a
mean?
personality. It's like you like people that go to the
Yeah.
gym. You like girls that aren't out drinking all night. It's like
True.
that's a driven woman, and she probably does have a job. She's probably working hard. Like I don't know. It's just how you take care of yourself.
I'll say this. I never heard a guy said, bro, I would have fucked, but she ain't got a 401k. Or I would have fucked, but she
Nah,
ain't make enough
for
money.
real?
Like,
For
I
real?
never
They
hear
don't get
that.
that
That's
deep.
true. That's
Right.
true.
So it's
That's
like,
true.
a girl can.
They don't give a shit about.
Yeah, a girl can if she wants to. You know what? I don't really want to join the corporate ladder. Like, I'll have my mom give me some allowance. I'll live with her. Like, for example, ever a guy say, I would have fucked, but she live with her mom and dad? Probably not. So it's like, for a man, it's a bit more expected for you to be that guy. And if
And
you're
I
not,
feel like a lot of men still live with their mom and dad. More than I feel like women move out way faster.
Women are
than men.
boss ass bitches.
well, I think
man.
because
and we got a period.
it's because I think women are they're overwhelmingly in schools more than men are. Men
Yeah.
are not in school as much as women. Women are
College
killing it. Yeah, me too. College dropout. You finished, right? There we go.
Dude, I'm a finisher.
Finisher. She.
You paying that debt back this month? You paying that debt
your
back?
debt?
It was due October 1st.
Oh, I didn't have debt. I'm very fortunate. Like
There we go.
very
Nice.
fucking fortunate.
That's what's up.
She's up there then.
No, I'm lucky my aunt died.
All right. Last hot take. Last hot take, and
No,
we'll.
that was a joke.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's terrible.
He's
humor.
on the floor.
He's like, she's sick. Okay.
So last hot take, and we'll call it
So
it a
bad.
day for the show. Wrap it up.
Okay.
Should your man have a say in how you dress?
I feel like if you met me being this bad bitch, okay,
You better like it.
what were you attracted to in the first place? Like, if you met me in this little mini skirt, babe, like, come on, who cares? And also, I feel like a lot of men that I see online need my advice.
On what?
For how to dress.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's fair. That's fair.
No, literally, a lot of men need help. So, when we cross that bridge, we'll get there. But
okay.
I've never had that.
Okay.
Because you fell in love with me. Come on.
Okay, I'll respond to that later. But Steph?
I think if any guy ever tries to change me for anything, like, unless it's like character development, bye.
Right.
Like, I want someone that's like attracted to everything that I am.
Right.
Not everything that I could be.
Okay. So I'll say a couple things. So I think so the argument I hear a lot is, oh, but you're liking that girl on Instagram who has a BBL and is half naked.
Right, you liking those half nude pics.
True. So here's the thing. Just how women have it too, at least I think they do. Men have two categories.
Okay. Yeah, girls want to fuck.
Thoughts, and wives.
Yes.
Right. So
I'm not jealous.
So let's say we meet you in your thought outfit on Halloween. You're dressed like a complete whore because
is that a little
thought outfit?
A nurse.
Well, just a girl, just
not
like half titties out and cheeks are out. So let's say the thought outfit, right? So we saw what we liked. Okay. Then we say we put you in the thought category. We start hanging out. Oh, she's actually kind of smart. We start going out together. Oh, she's actually kind of fun. So you went from thought box to the wifey box, right? So now he wants to. Now I personally wouldn't do this, but he wants to try to take the hoe tendencies, which is like the girl, maybe the girlfriends, the places you like to go, and turn you into domestic housewife, right? And that is a flaw where guys go, because I say to guys, and this is a hot take, but there's some nuance to it. Leave her where you met her. So now I'm not saying every time you meet a girl, you just never cuff her. What I'm saying is if you met her in the club and her lifestyle's in the club every weekend, she's with her girls.
Yeah. What
if you
met her on Tuesday.
Yeah. So it's like, why try to pull her away from that? Now, mind you, let's say one weekend, yo, what you up to? I'm actually staying in this weekend. Oh, next weekend, what you doing? Oh, me and my girls, we're just going to dinner. You see her dial down her lifestyle. Okay, maybe she's doing it for you. But if it's every weekend she's outside, you see videos of her 1942 balls getting poured down her throat and her tongue is out like that, like maybe you should leave her in the club. Maybe that's the girl you leave in the club.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if she becomes interested in you, she's probably going to start gravitating toward wanting to not go out as much. Like when you're really into someone and you're like interested and in love or whatever, you don't want to do that as much.
True.
But also, like me, I love staying in, but also I love going out. And then when I go out, I'm like, I'd rather be home. But like, you might see me post on Instagram, like makeup done up. Bitch, I might go to my living room or I might go out.
Yeah.
You never know
what I'm doing.
But like, there has to be like a happy medium, because when I'm going out, I swear to God, anytime I've gone out this year, like, I'm never like, oh, I'm finna meet all these men. Like, never. That's never my intention.
Meet husband.
Whenever I go out, it's literally because my friends and I want to go out. We're never expecting to meet the man.
That's true.
We're in LA. Let's be real.
Yeah, no.
So another take I'll have on this conversation is when girls say, "Oh, you met me like this." So then girls, so when girls say that, I'm like, okay, well, you met me liking other bitches' pictures on Instagram.
Ooh. Period.
And you met me like going to strip club, or you like, so it's like, so what happens is they go, you met me this way. Well, okay, you met me, I was fucking other bitches when you met me, so
double standards. That's
right.
What it all comes
So I'm like, listen, like I think to have a relationship, you have to shed the single tendencies. Here's the thing.
But you should want to if you're into something.
You should want to. Now, mind you, like if I'm out at a club and I see a girl and like, okay, there's a couple new Fashion Nova dresses the girls are wearing where it's like okay, has like a clear slit going down the whole body, right? And like you have to wear like pasties because you can see the nipple through it. Like,
oh shit,
there are girls wearing that out, right? And if I say that's someone's girlfriend, I'm like, bro, first of all, this may sound horrible, but cancel me. First of all, why is she out at this in that man's section without the man? I'm like, ooh, he lets you out like that.
Can't afford this section.
And then that's too. Bro, that's tough.
You still want a good time.
I never thought of it that way. Damn, that's tough. Cause she knows if she goes to the promoter, can my guy come? Like, oh, is he buying the bottle? Is he buying the bottle?
What's he buying?
Was he buying the bottle?
Literally.
He's like, oh, can you just come? He's like, nah, he's to buy a section. And the girl goes, oh, I'm gonna go anyway. And the guy's face just melts. Like,
I would never do that to someone I like.
But like, honestly, like I literally, I went to the club like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Fuck, what club was it? I can't remember.
Doesn't matter.
what it was.
Continue.
But like, I haven't been since before COVID, and I knew going out, I knew I was gonna meet him. Why would I want to meet him at the club?
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm judging everybody. They're like, "You thirsty?" I say, "Why are you here?"
I'm here, but why are you
know
here?
What I mean? On a Monday.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't even mean shit for real.
But yeah, what you said though hit different because like damn, like I can see it now. The girls go out, they're gonna go out together. The girl goes, hey, to the promoter, can I bring my guy? And he's like, well, what is he buying? He's like, oh, he can't just come. He's like, nah.
But
happened to me 2 weeks ago.
I've never been in a situation where I'm like hitting up my promoter like, can my boyfriend come? If you got a boyfriend, you shouldn't even be like.
But here's the thing: some girls, I've talked to them, they still want that club independence. They still want to go out to a section.
But that's different. Like you're not. If I'm going to a club, my man better have the whole section. It's my homegirls in the section. Like, why are we being so thirsty to go out? It's not fun to go out. I'd rather be home.
Like, I don't apply.
And then it's like, if I say that, then it's like, oh, like you a little
pick me
like,
or whatever. I don't know.
Oh yeah, pick me, and then also like, oh, you just a pull up bitch. No, but like really, like I just don't like going out. Like,
don't make me do it.
No,
Yeah.
for real, like that club experience is not fun ever.
And also,
every time
what
I'm
is
out,
the
I
end
regret
goal?
it.
What is the end goal?
Exactly.
Like that's what you have to think about. Is like, what do I want
Exactly.
from this night? Because I guarantee you, it's not going to be that thing.
When I go out, I'm never expecting. I'm gonna meet him.
You're
Like,
not gonna meet him.
Literally, I'm
Yeah,
never thinking that. I'm never thinking that.
You might meet a sugar daddy. You might meet.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, so I do think a guy. Okay, here's the thing. What boggles my brain sometimes is when girls choose men, but they don't trust his leadership. You know?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so for example, like if you choose the guy to be your boyfriend, that's a pretty high honor. You like this guy, you chose him out of all the other suitors.
Right.
Do they
You
ask
should-
people anymore?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
So I think if you know a girl chooses a guy, she should respect him to like know what he's doing. Competency, confidence, all that stuff. So if
Well, that's called trust.
yeah, so it's like if a guy's like, hey, like we should do this or we should do that, and she's always being combative towards him, maybe that's her personality. But it's like you should choose a guy you kind of respect his authorities a little bit. So I seen it where I'm working at Nordstrom's, and the guy you can tell is ran by his wife. So the guy goes, I love these pants, but that's my wife.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
I need
you like them?
approval,
And then
approval.
here's the thing. It's like she's shopping on his credit card and goes, I don't like them. And he'll go back and he'll change. You know, he likes the pants. It's like, bro, if you like the pants.
Wore the pants.
Yeah.
I've always dreamed of a relationship where I would wear the pants.
So it's like,
Yes.
me personally, I definitely want, again, all girls are different, but I do believe they want a guy they can look up to and respect. And
That is true.
So if a girl
can't
is
be my
running,
Yeah, but like-
running you,
But like for maintenance, not for like
okay,
everything.
so
like,
pick and choose. Like, let me run it here, but not here.
Yes,
But
I think
I'm
it's situational.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a Cancer to where I want to be like, I want to be the big baby, but also want to be the boss ass bitch. Like,
I just want to be.
Oh, both.
yeah, like both.
Yeah.
I want to be like respected on. Like I want them to kiss the ground I walk on in the sense of they respect me and they learn from me and they're inspired by me. But then I can't make decisions to save my life.
wanna
Like I want
submit.
them. I want
Give me
them
something to
choose where we're
submit
going
to.
dinner.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to choose things in the bedroom. You better have the pants. Like I
Yeah.
don't want the pants. Like there's like
Right.
Things.
areas where, but
Yeah.
overall I want to be respected so much. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. For me, I let a girl tell me, what she wants me to wear. But if here's the thing though, men's bodies aren't sexualized. Now, if I'm wearing gray sweats, so a man's body isn't sexualized. Well, here's the thing though. A guy can walk down the street in downtown LA with his shirt off, and he's not gonna get pulled over by the police. But
But
if
is
you
he
guys,
in West Hollywood?
If I did that,
He might get
I'd
pulled
be
over.
thinking about that. Like I'd be seeing men walk like without a shirt. I'm like, a man's world.
yeah, true.
Like
True.
that's that. When I say a man's world, it's like.
And they don't have to
rolling
worry
my
about getting
eyes.
kidnapped. Like it's so
Yeah,
annoying.
no, literally. But
God.
if we just went out with the same titties out, like, there'd be a whole traffic stop. We'd
Yeah,
be
true,
all
traffic
over
stop.
Citizen
Or we
True.
would be
and
trafficked.
TMZ.
Like,
TMZ,
it's terrible.
true.
Or traffic.
I'd
Yeah.
be trafficked.
Yeah, true.
Terrible.
Guys be recording
be a
for sure.
man.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's like it's hard for a guy to say that because it's like our bodies aren't sexualized. So if me wearing this outfit, I don't look like a slut. I actually do look like a slut.
You
So
look
I'm
like a
showing some
fucking
chest.
slut.
I'm showing
chain.
some chest. I'm showing double chains with the chest is a slut.
Chains at the chest.
It is a little bit slutty. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely I'm showing some
He's over here
skin.
slutty.
I'm showing some skin
Got a
right
wife
now.
beater?
Yeah.
But for the most part, like this is like an outfit where like I'm not gonna be sexualized that crazy with like a flannel on. So it's different. But if I'm rocking around gray sweatpants with a forearm down there, a girl might go, hold on, you can't go out dressed like that, and that's fair.
On God though, like when
I don't know
like,
if I'd care.
like I haven't been to the gym yet. Like
Yeah.
for my little workout, I just like literally do it at home or like go for runs or whatever. But on God, when I wear baggy shit on purpose, or else I'll get people honking at
Me too.
pulling over.
It's scary.
Pull over.
I walked
swear
on
to God.
Sunset. It's like this guy
Literally,
yesterday.
You're getting harassed.
So bad.
Unless you wear baggy ass clothes.
Sometimes
like,
though I'll be looking real bad, and they still do it.
I
And
look
I'm
bad.
like,
No, on God, I
seriously.
wouldn't even holler at myself.
No,
and they'd be like,
they're like, "Damn, shawty." I'm like, "What?"
and the little Toyota trucks.
No,
Yeah.
that's literally what was yesterday.
Literally.
A Toyota truck.
Literally, like
That happened
you
to
don't
me
even,
literally
you don't
yesterday.
even have to be trying. And
No,
these men are just
I was
like,
disgusting. I didn't
rapist-y.
even. No, I didn't even have eyebrows
Literally.
on. No, sick.
Yeah, hey, listen, that just goes to show, like, what we talked about probably an hour earlier was you guys don't have to go buy the Chanel
That's true.
stuff
We
and go
can
have
look
to.
real
And you guys
scary.
thought you guys looked beat as shit. A guy's pulling over in traffic,
Ew,
pulling
ew.
over.
That's
No,
what I'm
literally,
learning.
he's like
That's what I'm
rear-ending
learning
people
now.
like, damn. And I'm like, I don't even have eyebrows on. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I'm over here a heifer, like
Yeah.
literally, like
Running.
fucking can't
And-
breathe, and they're like,
Yeah, true.
like,
So
but I don't
funny.
want that.
I don't want a Toyota Tundra.
Exactly.
I want
like,
a Ford F-150. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't want any of it. I don't want a
country
truck.
boy.
Yeah.
I just need
Exactly.
a man. I
Gotcha.
do have to pee so bad.
Well, hey, so that actually wraps up our show for the He Said, She Said podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. We do shoot every Thursday, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Bye.